Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Coming to you live from the Nick Shine Studios in Woodbridge, New Jersey. Welcome. I am your host, Nick. I am excited to have you here with me. We got a great one planned for you tonight. I will be rejoined again by our good friend Gunny, New York Jets situation. And what we are going to do tonight is we're going to talk some Jets. We're going to talk some prospects. We're going to talk Jets possibilities. We're going to take your questions because I know you are a very smart audience. I know you are very in tune with everything New York Jets, and I'm happy to have you here. So sit tight, kick your feet up, relax, have fun, participate in the chat, and please stand for the singing of our national anthem.
Ready?
Oh, say,
everybody mute yourself. Mute yourself.
Light of dawn's early light. What so proud that we hail? We're so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land and of the free and the home of the brave?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Okay. What just happened there? Give me a moment. What's going on here? Oh, ladies and gentlemen, you're about to get yourself quite simulated with two Nick Shines. All right, let's get this here. Oh, boy. I need to remember to shut off the space heater. And while I'm shutting the space off heater, enjoy the soothing sounds of Blitz BK.
It's got me.
Gentry covered in football. Any day, any night, we all shine, bro. First class shine time, the Nick Shine Show. Anytime on YouTube, if you don't know, the Nick Shine Show, the Nick Shine Show. Dim the lights, but it's still bright as Nick time. Day or night, this is his prime, it's Nick Shine. Proud fan, well defined, to get in line. Toe to toe with any show, he only got 9. The best show on YouTube, bro, is easy. We talk Jets all day, please believe me. Subscribe, you just gotta click a family. We not a click in 3D. You can see a beautiful DP. We see through the fake teams and the tea leaves. So we pray for a coach and a QB and hope that we close to the top in the new league. A toast to the host with the most, Nicky.
Who, me?
Any day, any night, we all shine, bro. First class shine time, the Nick Shine Show. Anytime on YouTube, if you don't know, the Nick Shine Show, the Nick Shine Show.
Fantastic.
Okay. I keep forgetting to turn the space heater off. I get quite comfortable down here with it on, and I forget to turn it on before the show. And for some reason, it messes with the power. So glad you're here. Thank you for being here. Let's say what's up to you fine, distinguished people. We'll have Gunny joining us in about 15 minutes. Until then, Stack, batting lead off for us tonight. Welcome, my friend, and listen to him. He's a smart man. He's a good friend of mine. Hit the like on your way in. Chris, 716 coming in. What's up, Chris? Hank G from north of the border in the soon-to-be 51st state, joined by his other Canadian brethren, Boomtown. Boomtown Hank, glad to see you. Thanks for coming. Have a nice night. Jay Quest. Fuck yeah. Hell yeah. Mark Ferraro, my good friend, what's up? BC is here, dropping some channel emojis. Want a channel emoji? Join the channel. It's $5. $5. You get emojis. You get access to the Discord. And then you have a ball 24/7. Patty Grimes is here. What's up, Patty? J3 Siblings jetting up. Patty says, Nick, how come you look thinner? It's a new camera. It's a new camera. It's the only reason. Updated the camera, and I put on the slim feature. It's nothing to do with the beard, nothing to do with losing weight. It's just a camera. Just a camera. Ladies and gentlemen, the great Jake Asman is here. Jake, I give you full-on permission to fight my son when you see him. We're at basketball today, and I look at him, I go, did you vote? He goes, did I vote for what? And I'm like, what's wrong with you? I go, you were with me when I was on 3.5-hour conference calls setting the bracket. Jake's bracket started. Did you vote? I go, he's keeping the scoreboard for a travel game. I go, give me the phone. I look, I go, you're not subscribed to Jake? I go, what the hell's wrong with you? Hit subscribe. I go, here, vote for Johnny Boy. He goes, what if I want to vote for Jason? I go, vote for Johnny. You met him. He's our boy. He clicked Johnny. I know there are many votes, but I'm going to go down with that as the deciding vote because I witnessed a new subscriber and a new voter. Also, anyone who sees Nikki, he's a big kid. He's strong. It might take more than Jake. We're going to have to jump him. I can't do it on my own anymore, so we're going to have to take Nikki out. We can, Jake, no offense to you. I know you're younger and much better shape than I, but I don't think that's a one-man job. Dixon Your Ass is here. Ladies and gentlemen, if you like Dixon Your Ass, hit the like button. Mess is here. We got 25 here. Nathan Shells is here. Indy Jets is here. Indy Jets, you have my vote, my friend. You have my vote. I am a fan of yours. Robert C., 30 watching, 20 likes. So Tammy, do you believe that? That's not enough. Don't piss Robert C. off. Don't piss Genergy off because she'll kick all of our asses. Oh, Jen, wait, I got a surprise for you. Also, brand new hat today. Lids 25 was a code, 25% off. I had to get a new hat. Jen, buckle up, Jen. Oh yeah, we went Chrome Dome too. We went Chrome Dome. We had to take it all down. I had to take it all down. I see Clancy here. What up? Weed, the people is in the house. Oh, Nate's here. God damn it. I learned that I hate every fucking time Nate shows up. That's what I hate. I don't even know why I put his comments on air. He's no fun. He's a curmudgeon. He's an 85-year-old miserable guy in a 33-year-old's body. Not a fan. Not a fan. Jen, I would make a joke about you rubbing my head for good luck, but you know the chat would run the wrong way with that, and I would sound inappropriate. Jojo Townsell, Marcelo, welcome everybody. Thank you for being here. So, some reports today coming out with the New York Jets. Connor Hughes. We've said it. Other shows have said it. Beat writers have said it. Some delusional people thought it was a possibility, but there's like a 0.001 chance DJ Reed comes back to the Jets. You're not going to pay a second corner a big contract. You're not going to give him a contract that's going to be $20 million or more a year when you still got to pay Sauce. You're not going to have that money locked up in your cornerbacks. There's too many holes on this roster. The bot Dov Kleiman tweeted, DJ Reed is not expected to resign with the Jets per Connor Hughes. Connor Hughes retweeted it saying context here. Reed is, per multiple teams, the top free agent corner. He's going to get paid. The belief is that it will be hard to pay both him and Sauce. So another big story coming out today for the Jets. They're accepting phone calls for Davante Adams. Makes sense. If you could try to move him and maybe get a sixth, maybe you get a team. Maybe you get a team that says, you know what? We don't want to deal with it on the open market. We still think Davante Adams has some great football left in him. We would like to make a trade proposal, get to negotiate a contract with him before the trade goes through, see if we can agree to terms and go that way with it. Not saying it's impossible, but if you can get a 6th round pick, maybe you flip that and trade for a defensive tackle. Maybe you use that and add to this roster this year. Maybe you do a player swap. But if teams are willing to make that phone call, I think only good can come out of it. Only good can come out of it. Patty, I tongue-in-cheek tweeted the other day, let's get nuts. Let's trade Adam and Rodgers to LA for Stafford and Cup. Yes, it is, but it is not mine. One of the other housemates is just finished in the dryer. And of course, Team Samsung. I know I'm an iPhone user, but in-home products, it's always Samsung. The washer and dryer are now Samsung. It's such a great product. Got to get them. Yep. I see a couple of you seeing it, J-Quest too. But yeah, not me. My clothes are in the wash waiting to go in the dryer. The boy was here, and the teenage boy takes like 3 fucking showers a day. It's ridiculous. Yeah, it's so much quieter too. It's so much quieter. The old dryer that we had, that the belts were squeaking, and then like it just burnt out. Now we got the Samsung with the plastic drum inside. So much quieter too. It's a very, very good upgrade. I'm happy that we made it. But yeah, back to the Jets. If you move Davante through a trade, that's great. Now, here's the catch. We all believe Davante wants to play with Rodgers. I think the likelihood of this trade taking place is very slim. Unless Davante says to Rodgers, where are you going? All right. I'll get there some way, somehow. And then you make that happen. I don't have my hopes up for it, but if Muji can get a pick out of this, it's good work. It's really good work. You know, there's other things with this team that Muji's going to have to do. But if he can start getting some assets for the players we know that aren't going to be here long-term, it's only a bonus. Everyone in the world knows Davante Adams not playing on the 2025 Jets. Ladies and gentlemen, Bing Bong, 25 is here. 25 is in the raffle for the Sauce Gardner autograph helmet with 2 more entries. We are raffling this off. For those of you that don't know, where have you been? But thank you for being here tonight. We have an autographed Sauce Gardner mini helmet. We are taking raffles through gifted memberships, through Super Chats. If you're not comfortable doing that, reach out to me privately, and you can send money electronically, and we'll get you in the raffle. Oh, I like this. We're doing a question early. Marcelo asks, would you rather us draft Tat McMillan or Tyler Warren? I would love to see free agency first. Like, come back in 2.5 weeks. If they're both available, with the state of the New York Jets right now, today, I would take McMillan because free agency hasn't hit yet. We don't know if we have any wide receivers in 2.5 weeks. But right now, today, with losing Lazard, with I'll be right back after this. Let's play this one.
Welcome, my friends. It's a shine time. Shine time. It's time to talk about the Jets. Don't you know it's shine time? Shine time. It's shine time. Time to be with my friends. Hey, have you seen my toe?
Okay. As of right now, the way the Jets roster is constructed, I would take McMillan if McMillan was there. My draft board as of today, pre-free agency, goes Abdul Carter, number 1, Travis Hunter, number 2, trade back, number 3, Ted McMillan, number 4, Tyler Warren, 5. That's my 5, the way I would do it as of today. Now, we make a trade, we acquire a free agent. I might change that. It's also tweeted over the weekend that Tyler Conklin not expected to return to the Jets. I do have a pretty interesting article, and I just signed up for ESPN Plus to read this article to you guys so that I could have it. For all of you talking about the quarterbacks and wanting to get a quarterback, Matt Miller, who is with ESPN, ranked every quarterback prospect who was drafted in the first round or expected to go in this year's first round. And he compiled his rankings on where they were as prospects. And this is how they went. Caleb Williams, 1, Trevor Lawrence, 2, Joe Burrow, 3, Jaden Daniels, 4, Drake May, 5. Tua, Justin Herbert, Bryce Young, Zach Wilson, CJ Stroud, 6 through 10. JJ McCarthy, Trey Lance, Anthony Richardson, Justin Fields, Mac Jones. Notice anything yet? Jordan Love, 16. Bo Nix, 17. Cam Ward, 18. Michael Penix, 19. Shador, 20. Kenny Pickett, 21. That's based off of his grade for these players. I can't trade up for somebody who's just ahead of Michael Penix and Kenny Pickett. I can't trade up for someone who's that low. It shows that the consensus around the league is these are not franchise guys. These are not quarterbacks. Just because you're the head of the class doesn't mean you're not ass. Now, can they be good? Can they get into a situation and it works out? Sure. But there's a rating system to this. There's a scouting system to this. There's a projection of what these players can do and have put on film in terms of reading, processing, pocket presence, release, arm angles, all of that stuff. Now, if Cam Ward is at 7, I don't think he will be, but for discussion purposes, if Cam Ward is at 7, okay, I'm not giving up any additional assets for that. A team that needs a right tackle, 3 wide receivers, possibly more than 2 tight ends, 2 defensive tackles, a cornerback, a linebacker, probably multiple safeties. You don't give up assets and go up. Not for question marks. You do it for exclamation points. And I don't see these guys as exclamation points. Indy Jet. Just because you're fastest in the Special Olympics doesn't make you fast. It's a good point. It's a good point. Shout out to our Special Olympian athletes, though. No disrespect to you. Derek the Cop saying, just take Tyler Warren and call it a day. Now, you go get Tim Patrick. You go get another wide receiver in free agency. You make an unexpected trade. And now you got a wide receiver room. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with weapons, and I'm okay with D-line. I'm fine with it. Last year, I was team weapon. We went team line. We took Olu. Fine with that. It's the right pick. Long term, it was the right pick. Is Bowers good? Yes. Doesn't mean Olu won't be. I'll take Olu and Warren over Bowers and Campbell. That's me. As prospects, I think that's a better duo. How they're coached, how they're utilized, to be determined. You don't judge a draft until a couple years in. Bowers had a very good year, yes. Olu came in, spot started, took over towards the end of the year, and had an injury. Luckily for us, he didn't require off-season surgery. But he got his feet wet. He's looking as if he's going to be a premium left tackle for many years to come. That's good for us. I don't know if I see that in Campbell. I don't know if I see that in any of these guys in this draft. Eventually, we're going to get a quarterback. You like that quarterback to be upright. You like that quarterback to be protected in the pocket. You like that quarterback to be vertical. You like to have a quarterback who also throws vertically. Shout out to Aaron Rodgers. It didn't work out. Peace. See ya. Jackson Dart is coming. Oh, I read that wrong. Pause. That's what she said. All right. Sorry, big fella. My twin. Sometimes I like to read your comments as you. I don't know if I nailed that one correctly. I don't. Also, no Diddy on I don't know if I nailed that one correctly. So, according to Gary, Bowers had the best season ever. Yeah, but if you go look at Bowers' quarterly breakdowns of his statistics, it's almost double in the fourth quarter based on every other game. When they were down, they had a pass. Teams were paying prevent. Not saying he's not good. Please don't take it that way. But there was a lot of compiling late in games when games were decided, prevent defenses, dump offs, and nice little 15 yards out. The safeties were playing deep, and they weren't allowing anyone downfield. I love Bowers. I'm a Georgia guy. Had my Georgia sweatshirt on today. But let's be realistic about it. People who just stare at stats, 28 touchdowns, need to dig deeper and look to see what it really meant in terms of the game. Yes, Jay, exactly what I said. Oh, our good friend Mark is here. Congrats, you skinny looking chooch. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Mark, you're buying into Jeremy's rant? Come on. Mark got duped by AI. No, Mark, I didn't. Tell me what happened. Nick only likes stats that back his argument. Well, normally wins. If the stats are clutch, then you win. But there's situational statistics. There's guys, quarterbacks, fourth quarter comebacks. Do Rodgers have any of those? That's a stat that you judge winning off of. Fourth quarter comebacks, come from behind drives. Those are statistics that equate to winning. For example, and I knew you'd get me too, you bastard. But I love you, Clancy. No Diddy either. I agree. But there's ways to succeed in the NFL. There's statistics that show that. For example, let's find one. defenses giving up yardage late in the game when they're playing a prevent and they're up 30-10. And then they give up 2 drives just to keep the clock running. Oh, they gave up so many passing yards in that game. Well, they only gave up 110 passing yards in the first 3 quarters when the game mattered. And then they gave up 150 in the fourth quarter when they were playing prevent. They still won the game by 2 scores. Situational statistics matter. You know when the team is playing good. In the first half, you don't score any points. But in the second half, when you're down, all of a sudden you get 3 scoring drives. You get 2 touchdowns and a field goal when you're down 35-0. Oh, man, those stats look good on paper. But you got to dig deeper to see what they actually meant in terms of the game. Luppy, I'm sad to see you're not a channel member anymore. We got too many people in the chat here who are not channel members. Now, I'm going to attempt to change that. I get a few I get to give out every month. We're going to Kevin Tattoos, Keith Kirkwood, Brooklyn-born Len, Jay Graves, the feisty Jet fan, and Ref fan, somebody who cheers for the ref. Look at that. I tried, Lup. I tried. I have this thing that is like sometimes it happens here, if not with me, with others, where if we mention somebody, it cues the algorithm to get them. Maybe I didn't say your full name. Luppy OU812. I said it as 25, our good friend, gifted 5 memberships. He is in the Sauce Gardner autograph helmet for a total of 7 raffles so far. 8 raffles so far tonight. Excuse me. They went to Neek, Jeffrey R., Ray Danger, RS. Who dat, fam? Thank you, 25. You are the man. Speaking of who's the man, you know that I'm the man. But I'm going to bring in a man who is equal to me as the man. Not just because we have the same birthday. Not just because we look identical to one another. Not just because we love the New York Jets. There's 100 other reasons. I'll lose the time that I have with him if I just keep describing how awesome he is. Ladies and gentlemen, we have here. What's up,
What's up, my guy, Nick? My brother from another mother, man. How you living, bro?
I can't even see that. You know what? Here.
The resemblance is uncanny.
Twins.
Boom. There it is.
That was the difference between us right now.
There it is. This is it.
How you doing, man?
I'm good, man. You know what I'm saying, dog? Just doing the dad thing, the husband thing, and, of course, the Jets fan thing.
Hell yeah. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, we got Luppy back as a member. Luppy, thank you. Appreciate you. And we will give the Jet sound right now for you. Yelling at me.
I'm a man of my word. I like that. I'm assuming he promised he was going to jump on or become a member again.
He did. I noticed that he was out. We tried to gift some memberships. We tried to get it to him. He is a man of his word. A man of his word.
Gotta appreciate that.
We spoke 2 weeks ago, and the feedback was phenomenal. Let me fix this real quick.
See, 25 knows what's going on. I love that. He sees it. It's obvious. I don't understand how some people struggle to see it. It's obvious.
We're identical. People are probably saying, I got to put the comment down so they can see our names to know who's who. That's probably the only way.
That helps. That will help.
25. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, 25 is now at 10 raffle chances based off of this show alone. If you want to catch him to make sure he doesn't run away with, where are you? So many things in here now. The Sauce Gardner helmet. Start super chatting. Start gifting memberships. Luppy, you are in for joining the channel as well. 25, I love when you hit parlays because I always get a very large percentage of your winnings. Keep up the good work, my friend. I'm proud of you. So, we spoke a couple weeks ago. The feedback was tremendous. Everyone loved it. Everyone said that we need to get together more often. We need to possibly do something on the regular. And I was like, you know what? Let me hit you up again. Let's do this again today. And 25 just taking over the show.
I think he wants
another
that helmet.
Super chat. As long as Rick isn't here, I'm lit. Well, ladies and gentlemen, calling out Rick Kent. Not your best move, 25. What we do here is we learn from the past. Thank you, 25. I appreciate it. You were in for 12 raffles so far this show. Jay Quest says, Jesus, how much did you win? I think we were all thinking that. We will find out shortly. But let's get into it. They want to hear us talk Jets.
Yeah.
Where are you at on the brink of free agency? Do you have players that you're looking at? Do you have positions that you're looking at? Do you have certain types of players that you want? Like me, I'll give you an example. I want no defensive tackles. Like, here's my minimum. 6'4", 315. You need to check both of those boxes and be greater than both in order.
A big fatty.
I want big fatties.
Big fatties.
We got Quinnen. We got the small explosive guy.
The athletic guy,
small.
yeah.
295 is small, right? I could say that now that I'm 273. When I was 350, I was like, these little sons of bitches can't play D tackle. I can play D tackle. Now I'm like, ooh, I'm an edge. Oh, real quick, Luppy not only joined, he dropped 5 memberships. They went 2.
Okay.
Charles Barkley, Schnitzel, Jesus, Jerry Vaca, Dino, and Morning Woody. That's a great name.
Morning Woody. I love that name.
My ex-father-in-law's name was Woody, and I called him Papa Woody because every time I talked to him, I popped a Woody. Morning Woody. It's a very good line. True story. True story. Honest. He was like me. We were identical. I miss that man. Rest in peace, Papa Woody. Luppy, thank you. You're a good man. So give me your thought. Are you looking for tall wide receivers? Are you looking for shifty guys? What's your criteria for any of the free agents or the positions that we're going to bring in?
Yeah, no, I think a lot of it's going to be, of course, based off how many of our own guys we kind of keep in house, right? To go ahead and see who we're going to be bringing in. But I'm with you, man. I think we do need a big fatty, you know what I'm saying, in the middle of that defensive line that's going to be able to go ahead and stop the run. We've struggled with the run just way too often over the last couple of years. We just don't have the personnel to go ahead and be a run-stopping team. And that's a problem, right? Especially when you're a team that struggles to put up points, a team gets up ahead of you, and now they can start running the ball on you. It's a problem. So I think getting ourselves a big fatty is going to be a key component to making sure we shore up the defensive line. So, yeah, I'm 100% on board with you. I want a guy that's between 320 and 340 in the middle of that defensive line to go ahead and just clog it all up. Got a couple of names in mind as well. But, again, it really depends on how much money we spend in terms of the defense side of the football during free agency. But for me, I also think when it comes to the offensive side, we need a complementary piece on the other side of Garrett Wilson. And for me, that is a big, tall wide receiver that can go ahead and go up and get the ball, make those 50-50 balls more of an 80-20. A guy like freaking Tet that I like very much coming out of the draft who can go ahead and pretty much complement Garrett Wilson's skill set, I think, perfectly. So if we can go ahead and get him into the building, we've got, of course, a Garrett Wilson. I still think we're quitting a little too soon on Malachi Corley. I'm still intrigued on what he can bring to the table with competent coaching at the helm. I like that matchup if we can go ahead and bring in Tet. If it's not Tet and you're bringing me a big body tight end, I'm okay with it, right? Like, I love Tyler Warren. Like, he's really, really high on my list. I don't know if I want to do it at 7. So if you're telling me you can trade back, acquire some more assets, and then get a guy like Tyler, then we're talking like we're cooking with fire now. And I think when it comes to another position of need, we obviously need a couple more quarterbacks in that freaking quarterback room. And I know a lot of people hate to hear this, but I think the 2 best options available right now are going to either be Jameis Winston or Justin Fields. And I'm partial to Justin Fields just because we know he brings an elite trait to the game in terms of his athleticism. He has an elite athletic ability at the quarterback position. And if you want a quarterback, I'm not saying he can do everything great, but you got to have at least an elite trait, and he brings that in droves. I think him being able to go ahead and run the ball, keep defenses honest, is going to do a great deal in opening up the run game for us, and it's going to go ahead and make those freaking wide receivers' jobs a little bit easier they'll be facing a lot more one-on-ones, vice freaking falling back in the coverage. So I've got a game plan in terms of what I think the Jets should potentially do. But in all actuality, we're still waiting to kind of get an idea of what kind of offense we're going to run, what kind of defense we're going to run. We haven't really gotten enough details to kind of really formulate a game plan that could align with what that would look like. So it's a lot up in the air, man. Like I've only caught the combine bits and pieces here and there. But I think, again, I stated this last time we were on the show, compliments of Dom, man. Like I'm more of the combine is cool and all, but let's just watch the tape on what these guys did, you know what I'm saying, with pads on. That's going to be what's telling of what they're going to do for us, of course, when they're playing football on Sundays. So I haven't watched a lot of the combine. I've seen a couple of snippets here and there. I saw that Tez is the lightest football player, like, of all time, the one wide receiver who I think
the slowest light guy of all time, right?
Of all time, right? Like, it's some weird stuff. I was
Since
just like
2003.
Yeah, so that was kind of surprising, right, when that numbers came out. So
since 2003, he's got the slowest 40 time for anybody under 170 pounds,
which was very shocking, if I'm being honest. I was not expecting that. But I think the biggest fear that I think us as Jets fans should have right now is the possibility that the Jets trade the farm to move up to number 1 and go get one of these quarterbacks in this draft class. I am terrified that there's some truth to that. You're starting to hear a lot of rumblings to it. Now their names are being thrown into the Cam Ward sweepstakes. I for one am not a fan of the Jets going that route. I know there's a lot of Jets fans who are 100% on board. I think that speaks more to the desperation we have as Jets fans, hoping and praying that we find a franchise guy. I just don't think that Cam Ward or Shedeur Sanders, or I don't think any of these guys really are franchise guys. You might have a capable starter in one of those two guys, but I think trading up the farm to go chase Cam Ward or Shedeur, for that matter, would set us back. I think that would set us back, and I'm hoping that a lot of this is just hyperbole, and we're not making that kind of a move. But man, sometimes when there's smoke, there's fire. I'm hoping that it's just pretty much a smoke screen that Moogie's putting out there to kind of like offset who he really wants for this draft class, because I don't think our quarterback of the future is in this draft class. I've been saying this since the beginning of the offseason. The quarterback for the New York Jets is one of those studs in next year's draft class, and I really hope we don't play our cards the wrong way to where we don't have the assets to make that move next year. All right, looks like Nick is having some technical difficulties. So while I'm here, I'm going to go ahead and take a look and see if there's any questions I can answer while he figures this thing out. Emmanuel says, I hope we don't trade up, man. I'm hoping the same thing. I wasn't really worried about it being a real thing until the last couple of days when I started seeing that there's a lot more traction to it. It's now starting to worry me, like, man, it's coming from somewhere, right? Like, we got the news that they're moving on from Aaron Rodgers sooner than it was actually announced. We got the news that Devontae Adams would most likely be traded. Now we're hearing they're entertaining trades. So there's a leak somewhere that this information is coming from. So there is some concern that there might be some truth to it. And I remember freaking Tigo telling me how he heard it as well and believed that there was some validity to it. And of course, I argued and debated with him that it's just hyperbole. It's not going to happen. But now I'm like, crap, man. What if that's the route that we go? Now don't get it twisted. If I'm wrong, and I'm obviously not a guy I'm not a GM, right? I'm a fan like the rest of y'all. We've seen a lot of bad football in our lifetime. So I think as Jets fans, we're a little bit, you know what I'm saying, like fine-tuned to seeing bad football more so than we see good football. So when I see a player and I'm like, yeah, and I don't think he has it, I feel like we're more like in line with knowing what bad looks like. So this is why I look at a guy like a Cam Ward or a Shedeur Sanders, and I'm terrified that we would trade up the farm to go get that dude.
You hear me okay?
Yeah, now I hear you. Yeah, you've been going in and out for the last minute or so.
I know. I don't know what's going on. I just switched from Chrome to Edge. And let's see if that's better. Yeah, I don't know what happens. I got 4 browsers open between the 2 monitors, and the StreamYard one, the whole thing blacks out. I don't know. So I switched over to Edge. Let's see if that makes a difference. Let's see if we get better. Shout out real quick to Sharon, who's been a member for 2 months. Thank you, Sharon. Appreciate you.
Sharon.
Trade back to 12. Get extra second. Take Warren, Watts, and Tyleek Williams, 3 starters. Warren's Warriors Unite.
I like that.
I love the plan. I don't know if both of Watts and Williams will make it that deep into two.
No.
I love it in theory.
I don't either. But if it happened, you run to the podium. I think you run to the podium.
Oh,
and she's right. You get 3 starters, like high caliber starters right now.
Yeah, absolutely. I saw a question in the chat I wanted to get to from Ricky, New York. Ricky says, Nick and Gunny, your thoughts on the Jets supposedly wanting to bring back Sherwood and Adams. Now, there was a report today that they were interested. There's mutual interest between Sherwood and the Jets. I think it was either Connor or Zach tweeted it out.
Wow. Okay.
Now, you can have interest, but if you don't come to a deal before free agency, your interest can go in other directions as soon as somebody puts a contract out on the table. 2 weeks from tonight, we will have next Sunday night is the tampering period, right? Yeah, next Sunday night we'll have as the tampering period. We could have new New York Jets by agreements by next Sunday night. So it's great in theory. I think Tony Adams, he's a guy that was found. He's a guy that's come up. Let's see if he fits. We know that they like to use the safeties in different ways. They prioritize safety utilization more than Robert Saleh did. Robert Saleh kind of said, just sit back in the zone, make sure no one beats you downfield. This scheme is a little more aggressive with the safeties, which I really, really am looking forward to, because it's almost like Pop Warner. If you're playing them deep all the time, it's like, all right, don't let anyone break one deep. Like, no, use them as weapons to go and make plays, to come up and attack, to come up and be aggressive, to be another blitzer, to cover for someone when another blitzer comes in. Like, get creative. And the last game was just too bread and butter for me. And everyone knows how much I hate bread now with the diabetes. I love bread, but not a fan. E-Bookie with a super chat. It says, Jets are trading up for non-QB, not for QB. I don't know.
The only guy you trade up for, I think, in this situation, it would be Abdul Carter. I think that's the guy, right? But I think right now with his injury to his foot, there's some uncertainty there. And there's a chance he might drop a little bit. But if you're talking about, swapping a second and the first to move up a slot to pick him up, I'm there for it. But in all actuality, I don't know if we're in the position right now to give up assets while we're trying to go ahead and build this roster. And then I think that's where I start to get a little bit concerned about the trade-up thought process. And I love Abdul Carter. I think he's arguably the best player in this draft class. I think he's going to be elite.
Agreed.
But we're just not in that position that we're not one player away. We realize we're not one player away. I think we're several pieces away, and we've got a lot of guys going into free agency this year, a lot of holes to fill. And assets are going to be very, very valuable. Not just in this draft class, but in next year's draft class. I think next year's draft class, again, we're probably going to trade up the farm to get our quarterback. I think that's when they're going to make that move. At least I hope that's when they make that move. So I don't like the idea of trading up at all in this draft class. I just don't. If you want to trade back, I'm here for it. Trading up, we're not. Listen, Jets fans, and this, it sucks to say this, right? Unless we go on a miraculous run, the Jets aren't winning the Super Bowl this year. That's just not in the future. I think if we're being honest with ourselves, with proper coaching, maybe Tyrod Taylor shocks us and plays more games this season, we could maybe sneak into the wild card, break the playoff drought, get that monkey off our backs, and create the foundation necessary for next year, year 2 in the system. Hopefully we get the quarterback of our choosing in the draft class, and then we go from there. I think this year is going to be painful. I'm hoping for the best and expecting the worst, if that makes any sense, right?
I think it'll be less painful than last season because the expectations will be lower.
A lot
last
lower.
Year was
there it
painful
is. Keyword.
Because we had
high expectations.
We had it. We thought we had the roster. I myself went on week after week saying it's the best roster talent-wise we've ever seen. But it didn't play out on the field. Now, to E-Boogie Super Chat, and thank you for that. You trade up for a quarterback, or you trade up when you're one piece away from your defense or your offense being completed. You don't trade up and give up assets just to get a player that's not going to change the win needle. You win 8-9 games, you're a quarterback away, you trade up everything to go get that quarterback. You have a top 10 defense, but you can't get to the quarterback, you go and trade up for that top edge rusher in that next draft. You had some injuries happen. Your quarterback went down, but you know your defense is championship caliber. You go get that one player. I don't see it happening. I would be angry, and I love Abdul Carter. He's my number 1 rated player. Travis Hunter is my number 2 rated player. But the same logic that I'm applying with Cam Ward, we're losing multiple 2s. We're losing next year's 1. We're losing premium pieces of this build, because let's be real, Jets fans, it's still a build. We're not constructed. We're not a team that had a quarterback go down and our top corner went down and we got picked apart. We are very far away. We have nice pieces, but we're too many pieces away to go trade up for somebody that doesn't guarantee us being a playoff team. And I love Abdul Carter. I would love Abdul Carter at 7.
At 7, 100%. You do it. Yeah.
At 7. 100%. I would go nuts if Abdul Carter's at 7. I would also listen to, he gets to 4. The Patriots are going to be taking offers. The Patriots should take him because they have the quarterback, but if he gets to 4, he's going to be in New England. They're not. Mike Vrabel's not passing on Abdul Carter.
I think he does, man.
You think
they've got no wide receivers? Their offensive line is in shambles. I think that's going to be the ideal situation to actually put some pieces around your new franchise quarterback who's got no help right now. I know what you're saying, because if I'm Vrabel, I'm thinking to myself, man, this is going to be an all-pro to add to my defense. We can build my defense around him. The problem is you took the job with Drake May as your quarterback. That's your guy. That's your guy, right? And you need to make it work with him. If you don't get the quarterback position, I think we can all agree it doesn't matter. If you don't get the quarterback right, it doesn't freaking matter. Yeah. And now you need to know if you got the quarterback right. Was it just incompetent coaching last year and a lack of weapons around him that made him play mid, but you saw a bit of a spark on the back end of the season? You need to figure out Drake May. And they're so far away, man. They need receivers. They need tight ends. They need offensive line help. They're but when you got to get, if your goal is to one day within the next 2-3 years, right, which is every new coach's goal, is to get into that playoff. If you're going to get Mahomes on the ground, if you're going to get Allen, Lamar, you need a guy like Carter that can go get that quarterback. And I know what they need. They got $132 million in free agency. They're going to get some of those needs filled. I can't see the Patriots passing. I can't see Vrabel, who is a defensive guy, letting that talent go. I'd be shocked. I would be really surprised if they say, okay. I think a lot of people are under the impression that the Patriots are going to really stack up on free agency because they got all that money. In all actuality, this isn't the same Patriots that Tom Brady was on. This isn't the Patriots that was a freaking domineering force, and you knew, like, if you went over there, you were going to be in the dance. You had an opportunity. This is a team in a complete rebuild that just fired a coach after one season of coaching. So there's a little bit of freaking of dysfunction over there now. Like, this is more the Patriots of the pre-Tom Brady era. This is what you're looking at. And I think they're going to have to pay a tax. You're going to have to pay a tax to have to come over there because, one, expectations are high. You're going to the Patriots. This is a perennial freaking, like dynasty of this lifetime of the 21st century. Yeah. So the expectations are already high. You're supposed to go over there and produce when you might not have a lot of components, a lot of pieces around you. And you just saw a bit of dysfunction in terms of how the owner treated a coach that they've been molding for years. And all of a sudden, like, boom, out the freaking window, you bring in Vrabel just because, like, your freaking fans are going to love it. I think this hurt them more than they realize in terms of a chink in the armor of what they represent. So I think they're going to pay a tax. I think they're going to pay a tax to get a lot of the free agent guys that they want to bring in there. And I think, again, these guys are going to be more mercenaries than they're going to be freaking like the Patriot way football players that knew they were coming in to play with Tom freaking Brady and that they were championship caliber. So I think a lot of that money, they have a lot of money. I agree, but they're going to have to pay out the ass, I think, to go ahead and bring in the kind of talent that they're hoping to bring by having all that money.
Well, there's two plans of approach, right? You can go big game hunting, or you can overpay mid-level guys to fill out your roster. You can give them a little bit of overpay for 2-3 year deals and say, hey, come here. We're going to use you the right way. We're going to overpay you a little bit now, and then you can still cash in at 27, 28 years old. and get some of those hold the fort guys that Parcells always used to talk about. Genergy, the lovely lady Genergy, coming in with her 7-month member super chat. Jen, thank you for the support. I appreciate you. Thoughts on going after wide receiver Ohio State Emeka Egbuka on pairing him with Garrett? I like the player. I don't know if we're in a position to get the player. I don't want him at 7. Now, moving back, if you move back to the teens, like 15 to 20, I think you could get him. I just don't see it happening at 7. Real quick, another super chat. E-Boogie again. E-Boogie, with that $5 super chat, you are in the raffle with an entry. Thank you. After this combine show, who do you guys like, and who fell hard for you guys? What position do you guys like the most? Gunny?
Yeah, I'll be honest. I haven't really watched much of the combine, so I'd be just winging it right now if I told you like this person or that person really changed my opinion. I think the individuals that I've liked from the beginning, I still are pretty high on. You know what I'm saying? Tet, I'm really high on Tet. I love Abdul Carter. I love Mason Graham.
Now,
Tyler Warren's been
any
high.
concerns with Tet not running?
No, I'm not concerned about it because listen, he's not a burner. To me, he's not a burner. He's not going to be a guy that's going to go ahead and run in the 4.4s. He knows he's going to be a 4.5 guy. But that wasn't his repertoire, right? This is a big man that can go ahead and run some really, really crisp routes. He's found a way to create separation and still be a contested catch monster. Oh, and after the catch, the dude flies. Listen, you can get freaking yards for the catch for me. I don't really care what your 40 time is. Obviously, you can separate. You can go ahead and create distance. The guy was a yak monster at the collegiate level. He's going to bring that skill set to the NFL. I've grown to believe that the whole concept of, again, the 40 time and how they look like in shorts and stuff, like it's all cute. It's fun, right? It's a great dog and pony show. It's something for us to watch in the off season. But I think as more and more fans, like especially Jets fans, like we've become so obsessed with trying to figure out how to fix our team that we're watching podcasts we're watching podcasts on how to figure out how to analyze talent. Like the majority of you, I know you guys, you've literally went out of your way to watch Jets X Factor to better understand how to evaluate talent, right? Like that's what we do as Jets fans. It's no longer about the dog and pony show at the combine. It's fun to watch, and I get that. But for me, none of the guys that I loved before this combine have dropped. Now, some of the quarterbacks have impressed me a little bit more than I was expecting. Jackson Dart looked really, really good. You know what I'm saying? And during his drills, the guy out of freaking Ohio, the Ohio quarterback, having a brain fart right now, but he looked really good during his drills. Yeah, Will Howard looked really good during his drills. Now, those guys, I was just like, okay, if you want to reach one of those guys in the 3rd round now, I feel a lot more comfortable. I think Jackson Dart's going to go in the 1st round just because someone's going to be desperate. He's going to be gone. But a guy like Will Howard or McCord in the 3rd, now I'm like, I can see us taking a chance or a shot at one of those guys. So I would say, if anything, those mid-tier quarterbacks caught my attention a little bit. And now I'm like, all right, I mean, okay, I could see you guys taking a chance on you guys in the 3rd, whereas before I was thinking 4th or 5th round, you take a swing at a potential quarterback to fill out your quarterback room. But now I still love Tet, still love Mason Graham, still love Tyler Warren. I think that I don't think at 7 that's the way we want to go. But if we go tight end at number 7, so be it. I think Tyler Warren could be that dude. I saw somebody ask if I think he's better than Brock Bowers. I think their skill sets are different. I think Tyler Warren is a all-around complete tight end where he can go ahead, not only be an impact in the pass game, but he can also block, and he's a willing blocker to get in there and help in the run game. Brock Bowers, he may be willing, but he just doesn't have the size or the technique for in the sense of blocking. But we just saw last year, man. Listen, I'll be the first to go on record in saying that I didn't think that his athleticism was going to translate to the NFL. That was a lot of hyperbole, was a lot of hype. It looks like it translated to the NFL, but I'll also say this. Kyle Pitts looked like he was going to be a stud 2 in year 1. Then the NFL caught up with him, and then he's been a ghost ever since. So I'll see what he does in year 2. But Brock Bowers definitely impressed me what he did in year 1. I did not think the dude was going to move and play like that at the NFL level. Yeah. And if he keeps that thing up, man, he might go down as one of the best of all time. I don't think Tyler Warren falls in the realm of that ability when it comes to receiving. But I think he is a better, well-rounded tight end in terms of what he does, not just in the pass game, but in the run game as well.
That's fair. I'm going to give you my Cliff Notes. What position do you guys like to? I love the defensive tackles. Second, I love the tight ends. Third, I love the safeties. And very good news for Jets fans. We need all three. So I love those positions. I know the running back class is very good, but I don't have any interest there with what we have.
Yeah, I'm good.
That's where I'm at. Fourth, if I had to pick a fourth, I would say I like the tackles. I like the offensive tackles as well. So, ladies and gentlemen, Jake Asman gifted a Nick Shine Show membership. Jake, you are in the raffle again, and you got Jay Reeves. Jay, thank you for subscribing. Thank you for subscribing with multiple accounts. You're the man. Jake, thank you. And, my daughter. Hi, Sophia. She was at softball today when I dropped Nikki off, so she didn't get to see it yet. There you go, baby girl.
I'm not gonna lie to you. Very few people can pull off the bald look. It's a very difficult thing to pull off.
You can say very few white people. Nick, it's okay.
You're pulling it off
on this channel.
Yeah, you're
pulling it off. White people can pull it off, man. I told you.
Yeah,
I told you. This is just an exterior.
You took the hat off, and I was just like,
okay.
You looking just like your boy. I don't want to say
you know me on the inside, but you know deep down that you do not know me on the inside. You do not know my inside.
He said pause. He said pause before he said
that. But yeah, not many can. Not many can.
Yeah, my son tried to do it.
Luppy, at your age, is it a haircut or is there just nothing coming in anymore, brother? Awesome. Jake, shout out to Gunny for being a legend.
My God, Jake, coming from a legend. That's I appreciate you, brother. Thank you very much, Jake.
Hell yeah. Awesome. 84 of you here watching right now. Make sure to hit the like button. It's free. It's easy to do. Helps the channel. And we do have a raffle going on while I have all of you here watching. We do have the helmet. It is the Sauce Gardner autographed mini helmet. Any $5 super chats get in. $20 super chat gets you a free bonus raffle entry. Gifted membership gets you one. 5 gifted memberships, we give you a bonus. So if you are interested in that, and just to know that we're not blowing smoke, it's here. I ordered it. It's here. Oh, now my son, look at that. It's a family affair here tonight.
Okay.
And the hat showed up as we were leaving to bring him home, and I didn't open up the box yet, but I was like, the new hat is there.
I like that one. It's clean.
Awesome.
I got to get one of those.
I like the kids watching at their mom's house, but in their room.
See? My kids would never. My kids would never, bro.
Nice. Awesome. But ladies and gentlemen, you're watching Sunday Night Shine Time with our great guest, Gunny, New York Jets Situation Report. Now, let me ask you something.
What's good?
Be real. Next Sunday or Monday the 10th, I forget if it's Sunday or Monday, the tampering period starts.
Okay.
Do we come to terms with anyone on that first day? Or do you think this is do you think they make a splash move immediately, or they let the dust settle before they strike? And do you think they're more calculated and cunning with it instead of the Mike McCannon? We're going to give a running back $15 million a year. We're going to give CJ Mosley the top linebacker contract.
Yeah.
How do you think the approach of this regime will be?
I think reserved.
Free agency.
I think reserved. I think they're going to go ahead and take this in a very calculating and strategic approach to free agency. And I say that because I know they want to go ahead and bring in some of their guys. I don't know if freaking we're going to go ahead and just purge any Detroit Lions freaking, free agent. But I think they're going to be very calculating and bringing in the type of guys who's sharing the mentality of, listen, this is the organization who's been trashed for a very long time. You're coming in here to go ahead and be a part of the change of culture. So I think because of that aspect of making sure you're bringing in team guys over players is going to be a key component to how they shape this thing around. You need guys who are going to have buy-in as well, you know what I'm saying, to doing the extra things, the little things, to go ahead and really try to impact this locker room and get these guys on the same page. So I want to say calculating, man. I think they're going to be strategic about it. And maybe that's just the hope in me that they're not freaking, they don't get too excited and then they explode too soon, you know what I'm saying, before it's said and done. Pun intended. I want these guys to take their time, like take their time, like adults. You know what I'm saying? Go through this process, get it done right, and if that means day one, you know what I'm saying, we don't see the splash things. Listen, we're not in splash territory, Jets fans. We're not. We need to go ahead and get this right. And if we want to be calculating and strategic about it, that's going to go ahead and take a day or two. Maybe it's about having the conversations multiple times with some of these free agents, and I'm okay with that because it's not just about getting the talent in the building. I do believe this team has a lot of talent, regardless of what people say. I think the culture, man, the stink of failure has been a huge cloud against this team and against this young group. They don't know how to win at the NFL level. Unfortunately, they haven't had the experience of winning at the NFL level. You need to go ahead and put some veteran pieces around them that know what that feels like, what it looks like, because, again, that becomes freaking contagious, right? When you've got the guys freaking having conversations with some vets who are coming from winning organizations who understand what the process looks like, that becomes contagious. And that's what I think we're going to need. So for me, I'm going to go strategic and hopefully careful with the kind of team guys you bring into the building, vice just bringing in talented players.
Okay, fair point. Big fella with a super chat. Thank you, big fella. Picture this. We trade with Dallas because they want Genti. We get another 3. We go back to 12, pick Dart, get Deontay Walker, Gunnar Helm, and Air Ursary. Ursary is the tackle from Arizona, I believe. Big guy, 6'6", 6'7", right tackle, or we'd use him at right tackle. I'm pretty sure that's who that is.
I think so, too.
Gunnar Helm's the tight end from Texas who twisted his ankle, just sprained it, and
I saw that.
Still worked out. Do you see the pictures of the ankle?
Yep, the ankle was swollen itself. Tough kid. Tough kid to still go through the workout.
Big fella knows how to win me over. Because if you put any scenario together that has Deontay Walker in it, I'm sold. I'm sold. That is the guy that I want to be a Jet more than anybody. I want that guy to be a New York Jet. Like if we take a D tackle, say we trade back, or we take Kenneth Grant, or we get Tyreek Williams from Ohio State, I'm going to be like, fuck. Less likely that we go get Deontay Walker on top of it. Comment I wanted to get here that I saw.
I just want to make a comment on that one.
Yeah.
I like the trade back idea. You had me, but the Dart at 12, I can't do Dart at 12. I can't do Dart in the first. I'm sorry. There's some exciting tape. There really is, but they're bursts. They're bursts of tape. It's not like he's a consistent guy in terms of showing what he can do. And I'm a guy that Dart grew on. Like he's grown on me in terms of like wanting him to be a quarterback that we take a risk on.
Thank you.
Unfortunately for me, man, I can't do it in the first. There's just too many question marks. This team has not proven to be able to go ahead and figure out the quarterback position. And for me, a work in progress like Dart, I don't know if we're capable. We don't have a legitimate quarterbacks coach in the building. There's so many question marks about, what kind of offense we're going to run, how this team, the offensive side specifically being as young as they are, can they develop a guy? Too many question marks for a position that we failed drastically at as New York Jets fans. Dart to me is a project, and you need you need guys who can go ahead and fix that project. I want a guy who's as polished as possible, and that's the thing too. There's no guy in this draft, quarterback wise, that's as polished as possible when it comes to bringing them in the quarterback position. So that's why, for me, again, give me one of those guys in the fourth or the third, I can suck that up. But we're going to find our franchise guy next year.
Yeah,
I don't think Dart's the guy.
And I want to add this. Name a team that has traded back and then drafted their quarterback.
Their franchise. Yep.
You don't do it.
Doesn't happen.
If you have a guy that you as an organization like, you don't trade back and then take him. You take the quarterback or you move up to guarantee that you get him. Name somebody that's ever traded back in the first round and then drafted their quarterback. People have traded back up into the first round to get their quarterback.
To get their guy.
But you don't take the chance. If you as an organization, ownership, scouts, GM, coaches, all agree that's our guy, you don't trade back and take the chance of that guy being gone. You don't. You take him. This is why quarterbacks always get the label of he was overdrafted, because you don't take the chance of going back and somebody leapfrogging you. You just don't do it. So in terms of the Dart, you don't. You take Dart. If you as an organization sign off on Dart, you take Dart at 7. You don't even contemplate it. So if that part of it, big fella, I'll push back a little bit. I did want to address this comment real quick. I know we got another super chat to get to. Jets Worldwide, and if you haven't subscribed to them yet, please do so. Snowball and Johnny, good friends of mine and very good people. Go follow them.
Awesome.
Congrats to Johnny for winning the closest possible way today on Jake's Asmaniac tournament. Final tally says he won by 1 vote.
Ooh.
And Johnny beat Jason in Jerusalem. So, Johnny, congratulations.
Congratulations.
Now, the comment, changing the culture seems to be getting harder to sell each year. Here's why. Previous attempts haven't worked. When you see the culture changed, you're going to be grateful that it is. The problem is we haven't done it because we haven't stuck with the plan. We had a plan going. Zach Wilson didn't hit. We had the plan going. The Aaron Rodgers trade didn't work. The injury happened. 5 wins happened. When you ask Washington was miserable for many years. They were told this last year about, we're trying to change the culture. We got a new coach. You hit on Jaden Daniels. You got blessed that he didn't go number 1. He went to you at number 2. And now Washington fans are ecstatic, and they believe that they're a playoff team year after year for the next 15 years. So when it happens, you're going to say that it was worth the wait.
Yeah, it's easy to go ahead and be upset about it now because we've been trying to figure it out for so long. But eventually, knock on wood, that it has to happen, right? Like it happened for the Lions. It's happening for the Commanders, I believe. They figured it out. Let's not forget, man, the Patriots were a laughing stock before the Tom Brady era. I think people always forget that. I know the 21st century, they've been the model of what an NFL franchise should look like. But they were a joke franchise prior to the Tom Brady, Bill Belichick combination and getting their culture right and figuring it out. It's a process, man, and it sucks and it's painful and we're going through it. And it feels like we've been going through it forever. But Jets fans, trust me, other fan bases have experienced it too. And when they got it right, man, was it glorious. And it's just a matter of time for us. Yep. Our turn is coming.
Absolutely. David D., one of our resident Detroit Lions fans. Thank you, David, for the super chat. Nick and Gunny, can you realistically envision the Jets trading Breece Hall and then selecting Gentry with the number 7 pick, with Gentry potentially being the Jets version of Jamar Gibbs? I can't. And I am of the belief you never take a running back in round 1. You don't take a position that depreciates the second you draft him. The first carry he gets, he starts to go downhill in value.
100%.
I am not ever going to be convinced
it's
you can
also
take any running back.
The most transferable, the most easiest freaking position in the NFL to look at and think, yeah, you're going to be good at the NFL level. Boom. Yeah. It's just too, and it's like, I really believe like you draft a running back, you know what I'm saying? Over, like, I don't think we should pay Breece. I don't think we should pay Breece a long-term contract when his contract expires. I think next year you go and you spend a second or a third on a running back, you know what I'm saying, in the NFL draft. I like Brandon Allen a lot. I think he could be a freaking stud for us too. Isaiah Davis showed he can go ahead and do some things at the NFL level. But running back position, man, it's no longer what it was for us. We were growing up. Running back was a key component. It was a key position. You had to get it right. You know what I'm saying? The Emmitt Smiths of the world, the Adrian Peterson of the world, the Barry Shannon, like those days are gone because now too many times it's more of a plug and play in terms of the running back position, or you can do it by committee. So I'm with you, man. I'll never speak of using a first round pick on a running back. You'd have to be the second coming of Adrian Peterson and Emmitt Smith combined or something of the sort for us to even consider it. But it's hard, man, because it's a position that, like you said, moment he's drafted, his value starts going down. Moment he's drafted.
Yeah. And it's been proven that the Denver Broncos proved it for years. Terrell Davis, 6th round. Mike Anderson was late too, right? They were getting 2,000 yards. Mike Anderson rushed for 1,800 yards. If you have the line and the scheme in place, almost any running back can go in and be productive in the NFL.
100%. Yeah.
So I would never be convinced that taking a running back is the best. Now, if you are the Kansas City Chiefs and you are a running back away and you don't think Pacheco is good enough for you, I don't think we question what the Chiefs do in the draft.
Nope.
They're pretty successful. Right now, where we are, and they're drafting at the end of round 1.
So borderline second round.
No, never for me a top 10 pick. And the Cowboys made the mistake previously with Ezekiel Elliott, 4th overall. No running back drafted in the top 10 has ever made the Super Bowl with the team that drafted them. Saquon Barkley was drafted by the Giants. Leonard Fournette was drafted by the Jags. Christian McCaffrey was drafted by the Panthers. You know, you can go on and look at them. It doesn't equate to success in the NFL because you're losing a premium position, a left tackle, a defensive end, a wide receiver,
edge,
a corner. You're missing those players now by picking a running back. It doesn't make sense for me ever. But David, thank you for the super chat and thank you for watching, even though it's a Jet show. Appreciate you, man. And thank you for the kind words earlier. Wild Wave, member for 10 months. What happens if our beloved owner wants Shedeur Sanders? I think we're doing our due diligence and eventually trade back and grab Warren. I don't think Woody is going to pull a Woody this year. I think the feedback from the team might humble him. I think the new regime, he will stay hands off for a bit.
Yep.
And I don't think Woody is going to do that. I hope.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think at this point, Woody has made it clear that he understands he's been a problem. Also, a guy that I'm sure right now, seeing the grade he receives as an owner, if we all know Woody Johnson, that is tearing him apart inside. Now, how he reacts, I think, is the only concern. Is he going to react in a positive way and find ways to be better? Or is he going to be like, you know what, F it, just blow the thing up. I want to do what I want since it doesn't matter what I do. Hopefully, it's that he changes his ways. But nah, I don't think Shedeur Sanders, I don't think any owner really would want to put, I'm saying, like, die on the hill of Shedeur Sanders being the dude. Again, especially when you take into consideration like the amount of drama you might have to deal with his dad being Dion. This is a dude that started talking about how like he doesn't care like what people say, like it's just noise, and like although it sounds great in theory, but this is a kid who lives on social media, who's all about image, who's all about how he's looked at. So I don't believe it. He's repeating some stuff he's heard his dad say because he thinks like, yeah, this is going to get the people really going. But one, you haven't accomplished what your dad has. And I don't think you ever will. You're not going to be a first ballot Hall of Famer. I think he's very limited in his abilities as a quarterback. And again, I might be wrong. I might be 100% wrong. And if I am, well, good luck to the kid. But I don't think the Jets should be the team taking the chance that he figures it out at the NFL level and he actually has elite traits to bring to the table. I don't think
he gets to 7. I don't think he gets to 7. With Tennessee,
gonna get him before.
The Giants, Cleveland, the Raiders, I don't. Not all 4 of those teams are going to get. Now,
yeah,
Raiders get Darnold. Okay. Now, they have someone there, right? But still, the Giants still need someone. Giants get Rodgers. It still leaves you the Titans. It still leaves you the Browns. And then it leaves you teams like the Saints who might jump up. So there's possibilities of teams leapfrogging us. We're not in a position to leapfrog. And we got to play smart, see who comes to us on the board. And like the big fella says here in his super chat, picture this: if we stay at 7, we get Will Johnson. I wouldn't be upset with Will Johnson.
I wouldn't be mad at it.
No, I mean,
wouldn't be mad at it.
If I hear the name Tet McMillan, I'm happy. If I hear Tyler Warren, I'm happy. If I hear Will Johnson, I'm happy.
I'm happy.
If I hear Kenneth Grant, which all of a sudden people are talking about as top 10, I'm happy.
Yeah, I'm happy too.
I'm happy. It's not the sexy pick. But having Kenneth Grant next to Quinnen and having Kenneth Grant next to Will or JJ makes me happy because it makes them even better. It's not the sexy pick, but
the math adds up, though.
Neither's a guard. And, you know, Quentin Nelson worked out pretty well, right? All-pro guard year after year. Kenneth Grant's a monster. I would be happy with him. And I'm just saying him because now, is it Mason Graham? I don't know if I'm going to be happy with Mason Graham because Mason Graham doesn't compliment Quinnen Williams. He's a duplicate of Quinnen Williams. And I don't want another smaller guy. I want the bigger guy. But I wouldn't be mad at Mason Graham, but I would be surprised if they duplicated Quinnen's skill set by putting another Quinnen next to him.
I would be happy with freaking with Mason Graham, but I've been a fan of his like from jump. But I think that it puts you in a position to where you look at Quinnen as a bargaining piece.
Mhm.
If you get him, because like you said, they are very complimentary. But I think Mason's been more impactful in run stopping.
Yeah.
So I like that aspect of Mason coming into the building. So I wouldn't be mad at it, but I would definitely start wondering, like, yeah, I think it's time you start looking at the value of a Quinnen Williams, and that would be my thought process. If we bring in Mason Graham, then I think we're trading Quinnen, and I think that's not a popular opinion, but I think that's part of the route we're heading.
Mike D with a good comment. Nick, you look like a good ass offensive line coach with that headset and beard. Mike, thank you. But I've been a defensive coordinator in Pop Warner for many years. I ran the offense once or twice when need be. But yeah, defensive coordinator all the way, man. Thank you. I appreciate you watching. For all of you here, the 93 of you, make sure you hit the like button. And we got Gunny here with us. Gunny, how much longer do I have you for? Are we getting near
I can pull off another 5 minutes.
Okay.
She hasn't given me no looks yet, so I'll do another 5 minutes.
All right. You told her it's me? She knows.
Yeah, she knows it's you. Yeah,
all
we're
right,
good.
All right, cool. All right, we can I'm like the good friend. Like I'm the sober friend.
Yeah,
I'm the one that you can go out with. You don't get in trouble.
Yeah. Yeah, like if I were to come to Jersey and just tell this guy I'm gonna go hang out with freaking Nick, there'd be no questions asked. She'd be like, all right, have fun. Talk to you later on.
2 years ago when we met, she's like, keep an eye on that motherfucker.
Like,
He's crazy.
This motherfucker is suspect. I don't know about
Let's
him.
go to a different tailgate, honey. Now it's like, all right, Nick's
Yeah,
cool.
now it's all love. Now it's all love.
Awesome. But yeah, there's where we are right now. And I say this before free agency hits. Okay. Carter, Hunter, Grant, Warren, Johnson, McMillan also tells you how many holes we have at different positions.
A lot.
Right?
Yeah.
I wouldn't like, as of today, I wouldn't like Starks, the safety, but if you go get 2 D tackles, you go get another wide receiver, you do some moves. I don't know. This scheme looks like it values safeties. I would be happy with it. But if we check a whole bunch of boxes off with some starter, some whole guys in free agency, I'm not upset.
Easier to absorb. Yeah, easier to absorb, right?
Yeah.
Like if
as of today, table flipped.
And I think Starks is by far the best safety in this draft. I don't even think it's close. I think he's the best safety in this draft class. Guy's ball hawk. He's an athlete. But at 7 man for a safety, God, that's so rich. I know. It hurts to even fathom. But like you said, right, you do a lot of the right pieces in free agency. You make some moves and you bring some people. Like then you're like, all right, in order for this defense to operate at its full potential of what we're hoping this defense can be, it makes sense. You eat it, but you don't like the taste of it. Like you'll eat it, you're like, it doesn't taste great, but you know it's gonna fill me up.
It's like eating a dry waffle. No butter, no syrup.
No butter, no syrup.
A waffle's okay.
It's a waffle.
Like I don't want a dry waffle. No strawberries on top, no bananas.
Right. No whipped cream, nothing.
Dry waffle. That's
a good way of putting it. A dry waffle.
Shout out to Johnny Boy who won today in Jake's tournament. He's a big fan of the blue waffle. And if you Google that,
don't do it. Don't Google it. Don't Google it. It's so gross.
Don't do it. Just had to take a dig at Johnny.
Oh God.
E Boogie with another super chat. Thank you, E Boogie. If the Jets draft Grant, they're staying 4-3 defense. If they draft Graham, they're changing schemes to 3-4. I wouldn't like it. I wouldn't like it because I don't think Quinnen is a 3-4 end. You know, you want bigger guys. You want your Muhammad Wilkerson. You want your Richard Seymour. You want your bigger guys as your 3-4 ends. I would be shocked if we went that route. And here's the main reason why is whenever you change schemes from 3-4 to 4-3, there's a transformation period. And it goes, you're changing everything. You're changing the linebackers you need. You're changing the outside linebackers that you need. You need to find the nose tackle. You need your 3-4 ends who are different than your 4-3 ends. You're changing everything. That's why the Pittsburgh Steelers have ran a 3-4 since football was invented in Pittsburgh. So you don't change the scheme. You just keep bringing in those players, and you never have that transformation period. So 203 Grinch. Yeah, we did.
Like idiots. Like the idiots we are. And what's worse is we were happy about it too.
Yeah.
We were excited as a fan base.
We were not the Buffalo Bills who traded and allowed the Chiefs to come up and gave
this
them
is also true.
Mahomes and created their own misery.
Yes.
Imagine that. You allowed them to trade up with you, and you gave them the hell that you're living in year after year after year. So it could be much worse.
Love that for them.
Yeah, that's that was quite interesting. And they deny it. Like it's no big deal. They deny it like it's so
right.
We're contenders every year. What are you? We're not the team that created our own hell.
Yeah.
Well,
you guys have missed out on Super Bowls because of this mistake.
Yeah. Exactly.
All right, brother. I gotta jump off, bro.
All right, bro. Well, go ahead. Tell everyone where to find you.
Yeah, man. Listen, you can find me on
now as well.
Yeah, the Hangout on Tuesday nights, 8 p.m. Central, 9 p.m. Eastern. I jump on the Real Jet Situation Report. We talk Jets. It's a fun time. We're supposed to be doing a mock draft this Tuesday, myself and Tigo. If y'all want to just come on and kind of give us your advice on what that first round should look like, by all means, jump on the show. You can catch me on Thursday nights as well. On the Thursday thick of it. And you can also catch me on Tuesday nights, actually at 7 p.m. Central on Connor's channel, Connor Long. He and I, we do a little freaking show on Tuesday nights as well, just to go ahead and kind of break down what's going on with the combine, with the off season. We're doing that for the next couple of months. So yeah, feel free to go ahead and track me when you can. And of course, whenever Nick invites me, I'll go ahead and make the time. And then I'll be here as well on Sundays.
Well, I'm going to ask you right now. I'm going to put you on the spot. I'll put you in front of everybody and ask you that way. Next Sunday is
I won't be in town. Remember, I'm going to Jersey.
You are coming to Jersey?
Yeah, I'm leaving for Jersey on Wednesday. Got to go help my parents take care of some stuff. I'm being Neptune and Ocean.
Let's get.
I think it's about. I mean, if it's close enough, I'm down. I'm gonna have a car too. So if we want to go ahead and grab lunch or something, let's do that.
I'm gonna be. I start full time tomorrow. I got full time within the town. I'm not part time anymore. So I'll be 2:30 to 11. Saturday I'm open, and Sunday during the day. I'm not sure if I'm open Sunday. The reason I'm asking is next Sunday is actually Monday the 10th is 2 years sober. So I'm doing a little special show next. Yeah. Right?
Okay, brother.
Already. And for those that don't know,
hold on. What time on Sunday? Because I land on Sunday. I just don't want to commit because I didn't pick my flights. My parents picked the flights because I'm helping them out with something, and I hate the service that they chose. I despise it with a passion. So I don't know if I'm actually going to land at 7 p.m. my time like I'm supposed to. I hope so.
Late. I'm going to go on past midnight my time to make it to the 10th on air. So next Sunday night will be a marathon show. It'll be 3-4 hours.
You know what? Yeah, I'll jump on for a bit because if that's going to be, I'll definitely be home on Sunday at some point. Okay. So I'll jump on for a little bit.
All right.
Cool. I might be a little bit freaking, flight logged, but I'll jump on for a bit.
Text me when you get up here because you're like a half an hour from me.
All right, bet.
And we'll figure it out whether we do lunch one day before I go to work or we do something over the weekend. Well, I get out 11 o'clock at night, so
yep. Before we'll work best.
I don't do nightlife anymore.
Neither do I, bro. I'm usually in my house at by 8, and it's very rarely you get me out of my house after 8 o'clock.
Yeah. So if you want to do something during the day for lunch, we could do that, like an early lunch. We'll hit that up, but we'll figure it out. We'll talk off air. But and then we'll figure out next week whenever you can hop on.
I got you. I'll be here next Sunday.
All right, buddy.
All right, brother.
All right,
y'all have a good night.
Ladies and
Appreciate
gentlemen,
y'all, Jets
the
fans.
great Gunny Gumby, my twin. And we're triplets now because the big fella's my twin. So now you're in. We're triplets. You're indirectly now, and that'd be one hell of a movie. That'd be one hell of a
Triplets by association.
I'm gonna have AI write me a movie with Nick, Gunny, and the big fella as triplets.
As triplets.
Later,
Good
buddy.
night,
Thank
brother.
you so much,
Another
man.
show, man.
Always a pleasure.
Later, everybody.
Thanks. Ladies and gentlemen, the awesome Gunny Gumby. Yeah, Stack, we're gonna have a great time. I already reached out to Green Bean. He was very influential in the beginning for me. And I know Dom and Jeremy do a draft show on Sunday night. I'm going to see if I can get both of them to come on after their show. They were rocks and very important for me then and up until now. So next Sunday, I am trying to, for those of you that were here last year, I put together a star-studded show. And I started working on that today with inviting Green Bean and now Gunny. So I'm gonna, obviously I'm gonna reach out and see if we can give you guys a really, really great night and a fun night of everyone I've friended on here. I'll reach out to Jake, obviously, Jeremy, Dom, and many others, and see who we can get, and just give you guys an awesome night of content. It's something I had never thought that I would get again. So fuck it. Let's party in a good way, and in a sober way. Let's party next week. So thank you for watching here, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for being a part of this show. And I am going to take a break. And thank you for all the love and support. I see your comments in the chat. Let's do this. Let's add 5 more. They went to Flight Right 49, New York Jets Smoking Lounge, Joe Bonesy, K. Brock the Jet Fan, and Fernando B. There you go. YouTube giving the beginning of the month. YouTube throws you some free gifts to hand out. So there you go with those, ladies and gentlemen. I am going to use the bathroom. I'm not going to lie. I got a tinkle. And let's, I need a long video here. I'm not going to play that because he was rude to me the other day. I'm going to give you a dominant 1 seed in the train region, doing what he does best, his impersonations. Enjoy. I'll be back in 2 minutes.
This is his Bobby in his orange chair. See, this is him. I like to come around. Let's give my wife. No, I'm Neil. I saw that game, and I was in my nuts. How could they not win? I'm upset right now, going bonkers with a cigar in my mouth. I was watching it, and the record's like 10-3 now. Let me just go step out the window right now. I'm Charles. With the hat on.
Oh, wow. That's fast. Yeah, you could do. All right, hold on. Let's do Alan. Do you want to do a impersonation of me?
Good evening. Before I start this show, these are the advertisements. Custom bourbon that you could get for just 99 cents for the you get 50% off anytime you go to like Buffalo Wild like wings for any Jets game or Giants game. We're gonna go take some callers now. Bobby, are you there? I don't think he's there. I think he's in a dark spot.
Would you be able to do an impersonation of Jake?
You know how it counts down to the beginning of the show and go, good evening. I'll have shows on for 2 days. I had one this morning with Jeff Parsons. And the merch store, anything that you could get from the merch store is you get for any, like if you become a member. The first call we go to is Bobby, midnight. Hi, Jake. Hi, Bobby. Oh, you look happy. Can we see your cat? Okay, I'll show you my cat. Oh, the kitty cat. I can do this all day.
Can you do an impersonation of Robert C?
Don't worry, but his hair's never clean. He looks like a guy from Monster Inc.
Are you going to race shows at MetLife Stadium in the parking lot of 40-yard dash?
Do you know the national anthem?
Good evening. Welcome to Thursday Night Throwdown. I'm your host, Nick.
When the blitz comes, there's no one to block him.
It's 10 o'clock, get ready for the showdown. 9 toes down, Nick, ready for the throwdown. We proud Jets fans, we don't play with them pronouns. Best roster in the league, we playing with the pros now. They tell us slow down, call us delusional, call us losers as usual. But this season will be beautiful. Shotgun with you know who, but run it instead. Let Hall hit the hole hard.
That's what she said.
Ground and pound like it's 2010. The chat, we got many friends. Johnny wearing hats for super chat and watch him breathe again. Nick put the link so Bobby can call and speak again. Bonesy did the blunt, I got the weed and pens. We speaking green again. Jets news like it's CNN. A-Rod and Charles Gorman, it's like we seeing twins. Feeding tins, pounding on these bleeding fins. We 14 and 18 when they needing wins. They ain't seeing them. We run the ball and play defense. This is AFC hell where the teams repent. Ladies and gents, welcome to MetLife. This is Jet Life. We bleed green, this our best life. We just nice.
Let's say what's up to everyone. Let's say what's up to everyone. Yeah, and just to make Boomtown happy, 69 of you watching right now. This number always seems to appear on this channel. That's awesome. It has to happen. We announce it when it happens. Oh, let's go voicemail. Okay. Yeah, that's the Boomtown special. Clancy coming in 86 likes. You guys are awesome tonight. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. The goal here is to get 100 every show. And ladies and gentlemen, we have Hawk chiming in from the future. Monday afternoon, and Hawk saying hello. Hawk, what's the future like in the future? It is uncanny. I look forward to the day when we have 169. But can't get there if we don't hit 69. And we hit 69 a lot. We've hit 96 a few times. Hell yeah, we're going for 100, baby. Let's hit it. That's what she said. So, yeah, that the feedback that you guys give, that's the one thing I really love about you, guys and gals out there, your honesty. Your feedback, your honesty, and how much you guys enjoy when me and Gunny are on together. And I know he's traveling, but it sounds like we'll get him next Sunday for a little bit as well. But based on the feedback, that might be something we discuss on making a regular thing. You guys enjoy it. I know I enjoy it. You know, the conversation with Gunny's always fun. One of my good friends. Always glad to have him on here. And I love the feedback because sometimes I might think something and then have a different, you guys might have a different vibe or a different feel about it. But it's nice when I didn't need to corner him. You, Clancy, this is before we were friends, but 2 years ago when shit was bad for me, that dude was there for me every day. That dude was there for me every day. And he came up with the idea to do a GoFundMe to help me out when I decided that I didn't stop drinking until March 10th. March 9th was the last day I did. But there was 3 weeks before that, I didn't do anything. And I was living out of a hotel and on my own, away, isolated from everyone to try to start building my structure. And Gunny and, you know, Green Bean, they were doing their Thursday show together. And Jeremy, they all got together and said, let's do a GoFundMe. And Gunny had a giveaway. It was a Garrett Wilson signed helmet. Anyone who donated to the GoFundMe was in the raffle. And the lady who won donated the helmet to Nikki. And, you know, there was a lot of money that was able to keep me alive with a roof over my head and food in my mouth for several weeks. So Gunny ever needs anything, I'm there. Indy Jets asking, when do you do call-ins? Indy, ask and thou shalt receive. Because I will tell you all right now that Indy Jets, a 14 seed, has my vote. Snowblast, why did you switch the headset, Mike? Your voice isn't as deep, dark, and delicious. I don't know. I just wanted to upgrade everything. I still have the other mic here. I don't know. I just wanted to advance. Sorry that you don't like my voice anymore, Snowball. Hope this doesn't affect you in the masturbatorium. But yeah, I don't know. I switched it. Not saying I'll never not go back, but I'm sorry to upset you. I never want to upset my friends. I'll just talk like this from now on. Make sure you know, Snowball, that whenever I'm around, you know you're going to melt. Ladies and gentlemen, he asked about calling in, and he's going to lead us off today. Ladies and gentlemen, the 14 seed, but number one in my heart that day, Indy Jets. What's up, brother?
Good evening, young man. How are you?
I'm all right. Haven't been called young in a while, but I'm okay, man.
You know, when you told that story just now about the GoFundMe and with Green Bean and I remember that. I just didn't know it was you until just now. I just now realized.
Yeah, man. 2 years ago, February was the worst time of my life, and
yep. And I remember. You know, not that it matters, but I remember being involved in that and donating in that. But it's good to see. It's good to see the benefits of what these guys do.
Yeah. And that's why I am so big in giving back to the community. And you know, when people have been in need this past year, I've wanted to help out in any way I can in organizing donations myself. Last year we did a GoFundMe to get our buddy Hank G in Canada to his first Jet home game. We will be doing that again this year. We will be taking submissions, I guess. And if you have an email, you know, we'll get to all that info down the road. But what we'll do is email me your submission, your story. We'll have a day when the schedule comes out. We'll pick the game, see who can make it, and then email me. And we will read the stories, and then we'll put up for votes. And then who the GoFundMe will go to. Because as we do with everything on this show, the chat drives it. So start putting together your story now if you've never been to a Jets home game. And more importantly, you're a Jets fan. So Chiefs fan, don't even try to write an email. But we'll do that. Yeah. And Hank G's here now. It was a great time hanging out with Hank. There's a little bump in the road, but he got here eventually later in the year. Yep. And it was a tremendous time. But
that just shows the fortitude of this whole community, from, you know, the people on Jake's channel to Green Beans. You know, I've been watching Green Bean for years. To even Ryan and Matt and all these guys have just. The community is just great, and so. But I wanted to touch base with you on something Jets related, because we've been talking this tournament for so long. I've kind of you almost forget about the Jets for a minute.
I like it. Let me get ready for this one. What do you got?
Okay, I'm going to tell you why we should never trade up in the top 5 to draft a quarterback.
Go ahead.
Can you name? Do you know how many quarterbacks have won a Super Bowl who were drafted in the top 5 in the history of the Super Bowls? Can you guess? Can you guess how many quarterbacks?
Both Mannings.
Nope. No, you can't count both Mannings because Eli was drafted Eli was drafted. I mean, technically, yes, because he didn't play for San Diego, but he was drafted by San Diego.
Yeah, number 1
but
overall.
won it in New York.
Well, you said who guys were drafted in the top 5.
Right. And won the Super Bowl. I should have said, and won the Super Bowl for the team that they were drafted by.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So then Eli's out. It's Peyton
My
Manning.
bad. That was my bad. I didn't finish it.
John Elway was traded, so it's not John Elway. I don't know when Bradshaw was drafted. I know Montana was a 3rd round. I know. I'm going to say it's a trick question, and it's only Peyton Manning.
No, you had Troy Aikman.
Okay.
And you had it right, Terry Bradshaw.
Was he? Okay, he was early. All right.
Yes, but outside of those guys, drafting in the quarterback in the top 5 does not, and we haven't since Peyton Manning. I mean, if you really wanted to count Eli because he never played for San Diego, you could kind of count him because he never actually played for another team
as well.
Right. You could count Elway because he never played for another team. But outside of those guys, it's not happened in 26 years. Okay. So why are we trying to reinvent a wheel? We just watched the Eagles win the Super Bowl with a dominant defensive line. Now that everybody wants to copy that and say, "Hey,
and
that's how you do
offensive line, right?"
Yes, yeah, a dominant offensive line, and so you copy things that work. Yes, you copy things that work, and you don't do things that don't work. Yeah. Right?
Yeah.
And so in 25, 26 years, drafting a quarterback in the top 5. And then actually, it's the same percentage. It works. Is the same for the top 10 outside of Mahomes because he was drafted, number 10. But the percentage is still the same. But drafting a quarterback or moving up in the top 5 almost guarantees the GM to going to get fired within 5 years.
Because how many premium players are you giving up? There's
Exactly.
only one that I can think of that did it, failed, and still are contenders, and that was the 49ers going up for Trey Lance. Other than that, that's fireable offenses. You're giving up all those picks, but you still maintain success, it's rare.
And if you look at why it worked for Kansas City, remember they were a playoff team, and they were drafting 27th. And they moved up to 10th to get Mahomes. Well, it's not the same situation here.
Yeah.
We're not a playoff team that's moving up to get a quarterback. And so we've got too many holes to be giving up anything, I think. If we can trade back and gain a second day pick somewhere.
I agree with you, and I'm going to add to it. We're not a quarterback away. There's not a quarterback worth trading up for, and we have too many holes to even consider it. The trade should be down. The trade should be down. Now, if Gentry gets past the Raiders, I think if the Raiders
100%,
Darnold, if you're the Raiders, you got Darnold, and you have Bowers, what's the best way for a quarterback to succeed in the NFL? A good run game and a good tight end. You give him a good run game and a good tight end. They got the line. They got some pass rushers on D. You go get a wide receiver in free agency, and now I think the Raiders could be the team to do it. But if not, I love pitting teams like Cincinnati and Dallas against one another. Like, come trade up. We'll give you our pick.
Yep, and
if you're Cincinnati,
give us a second round pick.
Resign Higgins, and you want to go big time on offense. All right, come on up. Oh, Dallas wants him too. Start a bidding war where normally the draft value chart may say just a 2, but now you want to give us a 2 and maybe a 3 next year. Okay.
So here's a silly question. Would you give up 7 for Dak?
No, Dak's never won anything.
I
some of the
wouldn't
most
either.
talented teams, skill wise, and he can't get past one win
And choke.
in the playoffs. No. And I don't want that contract.
Right.
I want to
Yeah.
build
So,
with a young quarterback. I would not.
no, yeah, right. So, you know, they're going to stay with what they have. So if they want to move up, yeah, we drop down to 12, and then what's that give us? That gives us the option at tight end. That gives us, we could, or you could even go defensive tackle still, or you could go with the Georgia linebacker if we really wanted to. At that
You
point.
speak of Georgia, you speak of my heart. Malik Williams, Starks, Jalen Walker.
Yeah.
I hate that I'm watching Philadelphia win and Nakobe Dean got hurt. But they got Carter, they got Davis, they got Nakobe Dean, they have a guy in the secondary. I'm watching them do what I want the Jets to do. Go draft Georgia Bulldogs. Give me Georgia
Again,
Bulldogs
it goes back
all
to
over my defense.
Copy what works. It goes back to copy what works. That's what the NFL does is they're a copycat league. Copy what works and don't do the things that don't work. And you continue to watch what the Jets do over the years. We've done the same things year after year after year. And this is why we've been what we, if you look at the clear back to Sanchez, we started Sanchez.
Yeah.
He threw for 12 touchdowns. The defense got us there. We know what got us there. He wasn't the reason we made it the AFC Championship game. He was, and he wasn't the reason we lost it either. But then we look at, they drafted Geno. Geno was supposed to sit, but Sanchez gets hurt. Now we're starting a rookie quarterback again. We start a rookie quarterback in Sam Darnold. We start a rookie quarterback in Zach. When do we draft a high quarterback and let him sit for a year? When was the last time? Pennington?
Yeah, it's the only time that I know of. I don't remember if we did. I don't know.
And
Ryan sat. I think
we all
Ryan
loved
sat for a little bit behind Richard Todd, right?
Pat Ryan. He sat behind Pat Ryan.
Pat Ryan? Okay.
Yeah. O'Brien sat behind. That was actually the year that I became a Jets fan. In '84, Pat Ryan was the starting quarterback back then. Horrible.
Yeah. But Indy.
But yeah, that's
thank you for calling in, man.
When do we as a Jets team sit a quarterback like we're supposed to?
It's you know what?
Maybe this year.
Calling for everything to happen on their time, and this regime isn't going to give a shit about the last 14 years. This regime is going to do what they think is right to win. And they did it with moving on from Rodgers. They're going to do it with getting rid of Devontae. They're going to do their plan, and they're not going to care what we think. And I respect the living hell out of that, because you can't run this team like you're the 2015 Jets. You can't run this team like you're Rex Ryan's Jets. You got to build your team with your vision. And if it takes 2 or 3 years, but you're a contender year after year after year, it's worth it. And to go back what Snowball asked earlier, that culture change to be a perennial playoff team year after year after year, we will sit here and say it was worth it. We went through the 90s, and then we were a perennial playoff team for almost a decade. From 98 to 2006, we were almost in the playoffs every year, or we were close. We had the 1 year in 05 we were bad when Chad got injured. But 04 we made it, 06 we made it, 02 we made it, 2000 we made it. Or no, 2000 we missed it, 2001 we made it. On the last kick of the season in John Hall. Shout out to John Hall, one of my favorite Jets of all time. 98 we made it. 99 we almost made it. If we would have went to Ray Lucas a game or two earlier over Rick Meyer, we would have made it that year. But when you change the culture and you do it the right way, you can be a playoff team year in and year out, or on the brink of it. And we just got to hope these are the right guys to get us there. And they don't.
So we know Jake's
before the horse.
We know Jake's prediction is 4 wins this year. He's been talking about that. What's yours?
I got to see the roster first. I can't predict the win-loss without knowing the roster, right? Like, we don't know what our wide receiver is going to be. I don't know our D line.
We can't pull a Neil. We all can't be Neil and say it's going to be 17-0. We But I think that just with the coaching staff and with the belief that we have in these guys and the players that we already have, I see as an 8 to 9 win, even a 10 win ceiling team this year.
It's a possibility. Like I said,
10 is a ceiling. Yeah.
Give me 2 weeks. Come back here. Come back here in 2 weeks. 2 weeks, we'll have a good idea what the first round of free agency looked like. We'll know who we might know who our offensive line is. We'll see if we got a weapon. But come back by St. Patrick's Day, and because I'll be home, I won't be doing shit. I'll be working or being home. I won't be out, and
right.
And I'll have a better idea because I don't expect a large amount of people like top contracts. Excuse me. I expect some nice mid-level guys, but if they're coached the right way, they can become top guys. You can buy low and create them to be top-tier players.
That's right. So in 2 weeks' time, we're going to have the Nick's 2 weeks' time. We're going to have Nick Shine prediction time.
We could. I mean, it'll be the beginning phases of it, but we could
absolutely.
I could start to have.
We won't hold your feet to it.
Our structure looks like, and I will be just while I have you on. You mentioned Jake. Tomorrow morning, 10:30 Eastern. Jake has asked me to co-host with him, so I will be on with him tomorrow morning. So, Indy, check it out, and if you call in, I'll talk to you then.
Always.
Thanks, buddy.
We'll see you tomorrow.
Great
all right.
comment.
Have a good night, my brother.
Later, buddy. Thanks for the support. Ladies and gentlemen.
Learning plan. With Huntington, your child's education goes further.
Hello, next son.
Hello, Lane Train. How are you?
Good. So how do you feel about the draft and stuff coming up?
I just discussed that. How do you feel?
I
People
feel
want to hear
ecstatic.
from you. They don't want to hear from me. They want to know what does the elite, all-knowing rock star Lane think?
Yeah. Well, honestly, if you have to draft somebody out of college, like if it's a Grenoble, or if it's maybe you even get Cam Newton.
Cam Newton? All right.
Then
do you think that they're available again?
Well, it depends. Because, and also I also want to talk about that, like, this poll with me going up against 25, that should be good.
Okay. Yeah, we'll get to that. Mess gifted a membership while I was on the Indy. Mess, thank you. I appreciate you, sir. And it went to Will M. So, Mess, thank you for that. I appreciate you. Sorry for the delay. I must have missed it during the conversation. So let me just get this right, Lane, so I can summarize this for everyone. Your draft plan is to draft Knoble or Cam Newton?
Cam Newton.
I like it. Does he leave his crazy hats at home, or does he bring the hats with him to New York?
I would have to look that up. But like,
he does have some interesting wardrobe. Lane, I would love to see you wear some of the outfits that Cam Newton wears.
I don't have any.
We could work on that. We could work on that.
Yeah. What happened to your beard?
Version. It's more.
What looks different about your beard and everything? Did you take it off?
I didn't. It's just different lighting.
Mr. Beard looks like shorter for some reason.
It does. My neck got longer. My neck got longer. Like I'm a giraffe now, so the neck is longer. And
I don't know if it's your beard or is that my hair's getting longer, but I need a haircut. So
I think it's both.
Look how I just let it grow for a while. Voice is cracking a little bit.
Where do you go to get your hair cut?
I go to was it Merrick or Raffle Center?
Okay. What do you ask for when you go in there? They know you? You've been going there for a long time?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that
You just walk in and like you're like Norm from Cheers. You're like, just give me the usual.
I watch that show actually. Believe it or not, Norm from Cheers when he used to say he wanted to. Yeah, I know. Norm. It's funny. No, they like know me for a while actually. And yeah, somebody trying to come on. I don't know who that was.
He is. Addison, you know our friend Addy, right? Puff Addy.
Yeah.
He's doing his best Mikey impression today. He's got suspenders on at a wedding.
Oh, hi, Mike. Where are you? Are you at a wedding now?
Yeah.
Okay, now it's making like I don't have such good audio for him. Like he doesn't have good audio.
You don't have good audio, Lane.
Yeah, well, I'm using up my voice. If
I was listening to 50
I'm not
Cent.
gonna have a voice
New York.
tomorrow.
50 Cent, baby. How you doing, Nick?
I'm good, man. How are you?
I haven't seen a second of your show, but I saw you were live. I want to say that I love you. I'm at my friend's wedding right now. I got my suspenders.
Oh, that sounded like it hurt the nipple. Do the other side. Make it even.
All right, you're right.
If you pinch a nipple, you got to get the other side. You got to make them even. There's rules.
You're getting wild now. You're getting wild.
So funny.
You having a good time? All right. So, Lane, hold on 1 second. All right, I'm gonna throw you in the back real quick. Addison, the people here, some of the ladies have texted me privately, and they want to know: did you bring a +1, or did you go solo to the wedding tonight?
I bring a +1 wherever I go.
All right. Now, did that +1 fit next to somebody else that you brought?
No. This is one of my best friends who I've known since I was 10 years old. And it's a great time. There's no +1.
All right. Now, the follow-up question. Are you leaving there +1?
Ideally,
how's it going? Right? Are there any prospects? Are we?
No. I know a majority of the people that are at this wedding, and my boss is here, so I can't act too much of a fool. That's why I'm outside right now.
Oh, that you can usually not acting like a fool can lead to the +1. If you act like a fool, that leaving solo.
True that.
Robert C coming in saying you look like you're part of Saturday Night Fever.
It's Sunday, Robert.
Yeah, Robert. Look at your calendar, Robert. Jeez.
Come on.
Jeez. Snowball says Addison in suspenders gives me a +1 or 2.
Hell yeah, Snowball. Fuck yeah.
Can we? I know you're out on the streets. Is there a place we could prop up the phone? Is there someone who could hold the phone? Maybe you back up, show us the whole ensemble, the shoes. Like, what? Can we get a whole outfit reveal?
I'll look on the right. Right here.
All right, hold on. Let me take the comment down. All right. None of that. All right, we got gray pants. We got black belt. We got a maroon shirt. We got suspenders. How about the socks? Did the socks match the suspenders?
You're not gonna like the socks.
Oh, the Dodger socks. They're Dodger socks.
Green socks.
They're LeBron James socks. Yeah, you're leaving that wedding alone. Even if you do leave with somebody and get back to the hotel, when the pants come off and they see the socks, they're going to want out of that room faster than that girl in Colorado wanted out of Kobe's room.
I'm going to talk on that bitch, bro.
Although you are in LA, maybe the women are wearing LeBron socks too. Who knows?
I'm in Long Beach, California right now.
Nice.
I'm on the east side of the LBC. Hell yeah.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, West Coast Addy showing us his LeBron James socks.
They not like
underwear. Well, we know LeBron has been to some Diddy parties because ain't nobody throw a party like a Diddy party, according to LeBron. Do you have on matching LeBron underwear?
No, I do not.
All right, thank God.
This is my this is my homie Noah.
What up, fellas?
He likes the
how
brown,
are you?
so he likes the brown, so he knows the pain that we feel. Yeah.
Yeah, it's rough. It's
We're
rough. You don't have to
loyal.
hang your head in shame.
I don't know. Yeah, like you said. But yeah, I was talking to him earlier. I went to middle school with him, and I found out he's a Browns fan, so he feels our pain. And tonight we're just trying to forget it.
Well, when the two of you were in middle school, probably neither of you wanted to talk about your football teams. So it made sense that you figured it out tonight.
True that. True that. That's facts.
Awesome. Well, thank you for calling in. Be safe.
Yeah.
Have a great time.
Thank you.
And
I wanted to stay with you.
if you ever need to get a fire pit going, those socks would be the perfect fire starter.
I got some Tinder.
Are you Tinder dating? Are you Tinder dating?
No.
You mean kindling?
No. This guy,
Tinder?
he likes the Chiefs. He likes the Chiefs. I don't want to say that right now. He likes the Chiefs.
I've never thought there was a bad time to say you're a Chiefs fan.
Yeah, it was.
Oh, yeah. You've been to 5 Super Bowls in the last 6 years. Poor you, buddy. Cry on the fucking sidewalk.
Look at this karate for the last 5 Super Bowls.
Yeah, you're good, man. You get no sympathy from a Jet fan.
I know, right?
He went to the bathroom after me. So is me, this black guy.
All right, Nick.
All
See you
right,
in the DP later.
Be safe, man. Have a good night. Please don't say that in front of somebody who doesn't know what that means.
I want to hear this.
Peace. Ladies and gentlemen, back to Lane as previously scheduled.
Yeah, I liked that. Yeah, honestly, yeah, so getting back to everything, what was I saying? Oh yeah, so I like the rankings that you
are a
have,
one
don't forget,
seed.
you have Bobby in the what's the end, the 1 seek or the 2 seek?
He's in the 1 seek.
Beastbreaker. Oh,
Beast
Beastbreaker.
Breaker's a 2 seek.
Let's see how he does. Let's see what he could do in the one. So you have
Now,
him.
I have a question for you, Lane. Did you vote today in the Johnny and Jason poll?
He's in Jerusalem, I think, believe it or not.
He is,
actually voted
but
for
he
him.
was also in Jake's tournament today, and Jason went against Johnny
I
in
called
Virginia
him too.
Beach.
So,
Did
yeah,
you
I called
vote?
him too. So yeah, I already did. I think I'll get the most votes.
Who did
either
you vote for?
him.
Who's him?
What's his
Jason?
name? Yeah, the one that is in Israel, not the other one.
Not Johnny?
No. You know who I wonder? What?
Wait, hold on. I got to process this for everybody. So you voted today, and you voted for Jason in Jerusalem over Johnny.
Yeah, I was voting for him to for him to win it all.
Wait, hold on. One more question. Jake is in the chat watching right now, and tomorrow we have JJ against June the GM in the morning show, which I will be co-hosting with Jake. He's asked me to. Thank you, Jake. Now, are you willing to reveal live here tonight who you will be voting for tomorrow?
Busy tomorrow, actually.
Busy tomorrow. Okay.
I got to work, so I would, but I'm only working 2 weeks this week. My schedule changed.
All right, I understand. For those of you at home keeping track, Lane is only working 2 weeks this week.
No, yeah, actually this week and next week too, because I think that's all I was scheduled to work. Because I work 3 weeks, so I'm gonna be home on Thursday probably. Yeah.
Dixon would like to know where you work. You work at Best Buy, right?
Trader Joe's.
Trader Joe's. I always get them confused.
Best Buy. All right, you know what? I think I'm gonna fall asleep soon. So
Okay.
good night, and I'll see you. And
have a great week of work, and good luck in the tournament. I do have you in my Final Four. So good luck to you, my friend. Best of luck, and may you ride the train to success.
Okay, thank you. Good night.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Lane Train blessing us with a phone call. We've had Addison call in from a wedding with LeBron James dress socks on. I love the guy, but sometimes you ask too many questions and you find out too much info. You ever ask someone a question and then regret it? At least he had a few martinis or beverages in him, and he was bold enough to answer that question. So that worked out nicely. But ladies and gentlemen, we are near the end of the show. We are at 92 likes. If you haven't liked this stream already, please do it. Let's try to get to 100 before the show ends. Is Dixon Hole, like, was a suggestion of Lane on the show? I've seen that name in the chat a bunch tonight. Is that now this year's Knoble? Is Dixon Hole a something we're running with? I've seen the name mentioned throughout, but I may have missed the reference today. Yes, it's your cousin. I know. Dixon, yes, but Dixon the hole. Ladies and gentlemen, you know what time it is.
Welcome, my friends. It's a shine time. Shine time. It's time to talk about the Jets. Don't you know it's shine time? Shine time. It's shine time. Time to be with my friends. Hey, have you seen my toe?
The great, legendary Mr. Rick Kent, who today in the Nick Shine Discord group, we watched the great Rick Kent do nothing because I can't speak about it. Want to know what happened? Become a member of the channel. Rick Kent gifted 5 channel memberships. That was me stopping myself. They went to New York Jets superfan, A Fungus Among Us 9, Planet for Us, Shawnee Ace, it's J-H-O, so I have to say it, Shawnee Ace, and DB Boxing Fan. Big fella says that, oh, all right, he goes to Arizona State, Dixon Hole. A lot of Dixon Holes out. Let me close you and refresh you. I don't know why that does that, but here we go. Beautiful Nick is not back yet. Hold on. And Mess gifted another channel membership that went to Matthias Morales. Rick, you are in the Sauce Gardner autograph helmet for 6 votes, 6 raffles. Mess, you are in for another. I don't know why that thing just got blurry and won't unblur. There we go. Beautiful Nick is back. What's up, ladies? You like that scruff on your inner thigh? Call this guy. Sorry, forgive me. Jake, I know what you're doing. You're trying to win your own bracket. You're telling everyone you're a bracket. Man of influence. JJ's intriguing. JJ's definitely intriguing. I'll tell you now, and I'll probably say it again tomorrow on Jake's show, that I became a JJ fan at T Squared in August. The Carolina game, they have booths to play and do events. We were able to hit golf balls, playing soccer. JJ goes to kick the ball. If this is the ball, his foot doesn't kick the ball. His foot goes on top of the ball. His leg rolls out. He does a split and falls on the ground. And I walked over to help him get up as I went to go say goodbye to him. What a moment. Did like a full-on split, collapse to the ground. It would be his entrance video. It would be his intro. It would be viral on Jake's show if we had that moment recorded. Sorry, I didn't want to interrupt those of you that love the Samsung dryer music. Yep, I didn't want to talk over it. Everyone loves it so much. Now, Mr. in the back, can you get the first picture so we can build up to this picture? There has to be a backstory. Can you put my face? Can you just put my face up first that you used in this photo so we could tell that story? Do you have the screenshot of me in the Bret Hart documentary? Yes, I know. Go ahead. Get to work. Some people hear it. Some people don't. Might be based off your device. And Jake's, the greatest tournament in all sports is underway. It's today. I'm at a travel basketball game, 5th grade girls. That was very intense. The crowds were nuts. It was Woodbridge against Union, and the crowds were riled up as if this was a NCAA tournament game, and they were stomping bleachers and cheering and yelling like crazy. And I'm trying to listen to the show. People are trying to talk to me, and I'm like, "Stop! Get away from me! I'm trying to hear this." I see the vote getting closer. But if you watch today, you can't ever critique the committee again. We're 2 games in, and the committee looks as if they knew what we were doing. So, no matter what happens the rest of the way out, the committee can always go back and say, look how close that game was. We got one matchup really right. I expect there to be many other close matchups. I don't know if we'll get as close as today. But what a great start. What a great start opening weekend. J-Quest asks, how many burners did Johnny create to win? Don't know. But I am giving my son and that vote, the over-the-top vote. Who knows what would have happened? Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to bring on a good friend of the show. We're going to bring on a shiner. We're going to bring on someone who has a background, and I will tell you the backstory of this background. That is a picture of yours truly at SummerSlam 1997 at the Meadowlands, the day that Owen Hart broke Steve Austin's neck. I got interviewed in the parking lot beforehand. And then the following March, the Bret Hart documentary, Wrestling with Shadows, came out. I had a speaking line in it. We were talking about it in the Discord one night. I posted the video and said, this is the time that you go to. And of course, our friend with the Bic lighter had to make that. It's his profile photo in the Discord now. Now, fast forward to today. This creative son of a gun decided to take that, a young, innocent, 18-year-old, yeah, 18 still, 18-year-old Nick Shine.
Was that 18? Wow.
18. That was August of 97 at SummerSlam at Continental Airlines Arena.
And you're already a giant.
Oh, God, yeah. That was Nick Shine dunking still at that age.
Must be nice.
Yeah.
I've never dunked in my life.
You do. But you dunk on the little tights rims. Like
true,
toddlers use. And you still have to dunk.
You get me on a court with a bunch of first graders, and I'm a fucking NBA star.
Ladies and gentlemen, today, this guy decided to take this pure, innocent, beloved member of our community and create this. There I am, storming the Capitol. Although I will say on that day, security just kind of let us in and gave us a tour. I didn't damage anything. I was very respectful.
It's funny because it's plausible.
American Braveheart.
It's funny because it's plausible.
Luppy says he looks like a Vikings fan there.
I was looking to make a picture of Rob.
Wait. I think Luppy tried to write blasphemy, but it came out balls of me.
I actually might just start saying that from now on.
Balls of me.
I wanted to make a picture of Rob from Glenhead storming the Capitol, and this guy came up, and I looked at his face, and I was like, holy shit, it's exactly the same fucking face paint as Nick had with that video. And I was like, I can't not, I have to do it. There's no way I can't not do it.
So what you're saying is that this guy saw the Proud MIJ fan show and was like, I need to storm the Capitol looking like Nick Shine.
I think he might have watched the Bret Hart documentary when he was younger and thought to himself, if I ever get a chance to storm the Capitol with fucking buffalo horns on my head, I'm using that face paint. That's the most American face paint I've ever seen in my life.
And the face fits. The face fits. It's perfect. It's believable.
It works out so well. Plus, it's a male soap opera. That's such a
yeah. I would like to thank the president for pardoning me. I appreciate it.
He's always got your back, Nick. You know that.
I am, and you know what? Jake brings it up. It's going to be an interesting 8-9 matchup. It's going to be I don't know if it'll get closer than today, but it will be very intriguing.
It will definitely.
Jake Quest makes a good point, and I hate saying those words. It doesn't even look photoshopped. It literally looks like I posed for that picture for you.
Well, you did. That's the whole point. Look at you. So proud. And then he was like, oh, shit, I might go to jail. I got to grow a beard. And then he started growing his beard. That's why he won't clean shave it. He won't go all the way down. I do like your haircut, Nick. I like your hairstyle. Rob from Glenhead would really approve of it. It's a very skin tight fade.
Well, the only difference is this is a white hat, not a white hood, so it doesn't fit the criteria. I can say it. You're not saying it. I'm saying it. So you're not violating any tournament rules.
True.
You just set me up. I'll knock them down for you.
Yeah. God damn it! I had one.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, as we have on our your favorite 8 seed, no offense to Johnny or any of the other 8s. What did we learn today? Let's get into what did we learn. Start dropping your what did we learn in the chat. We're going to start winding down this tremendous show we've had today. I thank all of you who have entered the raffle, either with super chats or gifted memberships. If you haven't already, get your raffle entries in either through super chat or hiccup there, memberships. Just like this guy, Mess did, he gifted another membership, and it went to Joey K. That is your 3rd entry today, Mess. Thank you. I appreciate you, sir. And good luck to you.
Hell yeah.
Jake Asman, I learned that the Nick Shine Show can become a post-game show for Asmaniac Madness at times.
Ooh.
If you think that we're not going to discuss what's going on, Jake, you got to remember, when you're ending the show as the results end. Got to be able to have a post game. Listen, when the game ends, they go to in studio. I got the headset now. I'm in studio. Jake,
I do dig the headset.
I'd love to have you on.
I dig the headset. I like it. Makes you look professional, the headset.
Yes. Rick Kent and Robert C. Who's the 8? Who's the 8 in that matchup? The 8-9s are obviously they're the most intriguing matchups. Everyone's got their favorite, but there's a couple really good ones.
Rick's a 9.
Gotcha. Nice. Big fella learned that Dixon Hole's estranged cousin Balsamy is a Vikings fan. There you go. Boomtown might be having to sit there with this eraser going, damn it, that's what I'd something like that.
I do that with Jake's show. Whenever I call in and I have to make graphics for stuff, I'll sit there and I have one ready to go. And somebody will say something.
Respectfully, shut the fuck up. Leanie, I learned that Nick is hot with the shaved beard. Thank you, Leanie. Leanie, just know my vote is for sale. I will let everyone know my vote is for sale. Mess coming in with breaking news. We have 100 likes. What's wrong with the mic? Stack told me this was the 3rd highest rated headset when I got it. What's wrong with my mic, guys?
I think it sounds good. I haven't heard anything bad, but
I don't know what's wrong with the mic.
No.
Luppy, I learned that bald is beautiful. Indy Jets coming in. How great is this great? A show talking about a show. That's about the people watching a show. Welcome to America.
Goddamn right.
Oh, Luppy's going against Leanie. I mean, we could have a super chat membership off, and I will just vote for whoever puts the highest amount in, or whoever sends me a nude first. You got my vote. Don't send me shit.
I was gonna say you better.
You don't need to send me anything else, bro. I'm voting for you. You cannot lose my vote at this point. Don't worry.
Careful, Nick.
You cannot lose my vote. Trust me. All right. Oh, Luppy, don't sell yourself short. Maybe you shocked me and you do win.
Let's not throw around words like short. You know, like they don't mean anything to people.
Yeah. Yeah. We're not in Glenhead throwing the N-word around. Words have meaning here.
Yeah, we don't need any we don't need any height supremacists going on out here. All heights.
Ladies and gentlemen, you can always tell when Mr. Leanie goes to sleep. Leanie's game. Let's go. Luppy says, I'm going to prove it too. Let's go. I love this. This is really, really a brilliant idea. This is fun.
It's hilarious.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is that time. It is that time.
What time is it?
Time to make an announcement. For those of you that don't know, I start full-time tomorrow, 2:30 to 11. Tomorrow morning, I will be on. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you. Storming the high schools and middle schools and elementary schools.
It's not fair.
So this week, I'll be honest with you. I'm not sure what time shows will be. It's first week on the job. Don't know what time I'll be getting home. Might just be pop-up shows. Might have a show that starts 11:30 at night one night. If I do, obviously I'll message Discord that day. There might be morning shows. If Jake's going on at 10:30, I might go on 9:30 in the morning, get a little time in with you great guys and gals in the morning. So this week, I don't have a set schedule. I'll do my best. I'll announce it the night before, or I'll announce it the day of if I'm going on at night. So just keep an eye on the channel. I appreciate all your support, those who've been here from day one and those who are just finding the channel now. Life is changing a little bit. My schedule is changing. I know you people have been calling me the king of late night, and I love that. I will do my best. Now I might be the king of late night. But it's all for good reason. It's all for good reason. There's some good personal growth going on and some new goals and boxes getting checked off on what I want to do in life. And this is just another step closer to that. So temporary setback, but you're not holding me down. Yeah, I know. But here's the problem. My manager, who I've been friends with for 30 years, and one of my supervisors in town both subscribe to the channel. So can't do it.
That's why I was worried about putting this background up on your channel.
It's not me putting it up. I can't control what you do. No one can control what you do.
I know.
I can't control what you do.
Hey, as long as you give me the okay, I'm good.
I don't care. It's funny. It's nothing offensive. Guy didn't do anything wrong but walk.
Hey, you know what? You guys would all be very impressed to know that Nick actually hunted that buffalo himself.
Well, Rick, I'm worried about you because you don't know when my show goes on. You don't have. He accidentally put not interested one time in the channel, so Rick doesn't know. Like, we gotta call Rick. You know what you should do? I should give him Mikey his number and have Mikey call him and tell him when we go on.
Oh yeah, it's a good idea. Give Mikey his number. You definitely should do that.
But ladies and gentlemen, we've hit the end of the show. Now it's time. It's time. Oh, all right. All right, Rick. When Rick types in all caps, it means something. We have a friend in Vermont who always types in caps, so it loses its meaning. But when Rick types in caps, it's for being emphatic. And I get it, Rick. No worries, brother.
Yeah, you feel it. You can feel it.
Message received, pal.
You can feel each letter.
Awesome. I appreciate all you guys for the love and support in the chat, and thank you. But it's time for my favorite part of the show. And we've been here for just over 2 hours and 27 minutes, but it's time to find out, what did Boomtown learn? We've talked life. We've talked As Maniac Tournament. We've talked Jets with Gunny, free agency, draft. We've talked a little bit of life. What did Boomtown retain? We have to, the reason I sit here quietly is because there's a delay, because our president put a tariff on his comments, and it takes a while for them to come in.
Yeah, that's what he did this for. Yeah, it's actually funny. My brother orders from Temu, and he got like 6 months worth of stuff delivered to him finally, all in one shot. I was like, yeah, it's all because of your guy. That's all because of Daddy Trump's tariffs, man. You got to watch out.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time. The tariffs have been paid. The 51st state has been purchased. Boomtown learned 2 Nick shines on screen for the price of 1. Always entertaining. Nick's son cast the deciding vote for Johnny. Jackson Dart is coming. There were 2 The Mans on screen tonight. Bonus, Gunny is predicting the Jets don't win the Super Bowl next year. Unclear if Luppy still gets haircuts. Leany wants a big fatty. Big day coming up next Monday. Yes, sir. Double bonus, 69 equals the Boomtown Special. Snowball noted that Nick's voice is no longer deep, dark, or delicious anymore. Addison's wardrobe has been directly influenced by his client, Mikey Midnight. Triple bonus. Addy socks might be a deal breaker. Samsung is done. Photograph evidence is conclusive. 18-year-old Nick Shine stormed the Capitol. Nudes incoming for Nick. And breaking news. The first time ever that this son of a bitch has sat quietly through the What Did We Learn? I learned it is possible for Reed to shut the fuck up for a What Did We Learn.
Yeah, I'm glad somebody noticed. I'm glad somebody noticed.
I'm waiting for it. I thought you froze, and then I saw you moving, but then I saw you pinching your lips together, so you didn't speak.
I figured I would just react physically instead of just talking.
You did. You did. I also learned that you need an imposing, handsome figure with no shirt on behind you to intimidate you into silence.
Technically, he's wearing a fur vest, but just gonna throw that one out there.
Ladies and gentlemen, one of the famous 8 seeds in the tournament. If this man has not won your vote, you obviously support racism. I could say it. You're not saying it. I'm saying it.
I don't know what you're talking about. I just think you should vote for me. I'm a very good guy. I do good things. I talk to good people. Like this guy right here. That's a good guy right there. Yes. I wouldn't introduce him to any of my nieces, but he's still a good guy.
Your nieces are like 7. I'm cool.
Yeah, I have a 22-year-old niece, dude.
All right. Put her in a Photoshop. Let me see, and then we can talk off air.
Easy there, buddy.
Luppy says, Nick, great show, but really, how much? 5 memberships. And don't forget, I'm actually the controller of 3 YouTube accounts: the Nick Shine Show, Nick Shine, and my house. So Nick Shine voting for you gets you 3 votes. Ooh. And I have a little bit of influence on my son's vote. So you get 4 votes with the Shine family. I could even talk to Sophia. You can get 5 votes with this family alone.
Wait, we're selling votes?
You saw today the importance that every vote matters. Now, Jay Quest, don't lie to people. Don't lie to them, Quest. You don't know that.
Wait, we're selling votes here? I'm much cheaper than Nick is, if you guys want to. I could also make a lot of accounts. I have like 40 email addresses I can work with here.
Yeah. Who's Gia voting for?
I have no idea. She won't tell me. I keep asking.
Dave Rigga says, hope you're voting for me versus the Beast. Dave, much like Weed's opponent, there is nothing in the world that can make me vote for your opponent.
That's right.
And if today is not proof, every vote counts. It literally came down to a vote.
That is.
It was as close as it could possibly get. Johnny had a large lead. You know, he was up by about 6%. But did his over-campaigning wear thin with some of the voters? Did Jason in Jerusalem have a secret society that he had coming in late to vote for him?
You know he had a secret society. I'll live under New York. Oh my God, sorry. I gotta go.
Ladies and gentlemen, he had a good run. All right, everybody. Thank you for watching the Nick Shine Show. I am your host, Nick. Next Sunday, be here, 9 o'clock. Got some big guests planned. 2-hour, 3-hour, 4-hour. We don't know. But next Sunday, the 2-year sober show. At midnight next Sunday, I hit 2 years sober. So we're going to have a big show lined up. I have some big name guests coming in here. And more importantly, we're going to have all of you in the chat. So spread the word. It'll be fun. We'll have a blast. We'll laugh. I might cry, not going to lie. So if you want to watch a big, strong, handsome guy cry, watch next Sunday night. It'll be good tears, though. It'll be good tears. Ladies and gentlemen, he's in bed and his socks are off. Let's bring in Addison. Talking about being sober and you're coming on drinking, you dumbass. I think he realized that and he left. So anything is possible. I am living proof of that. If you put your mind to something, you can accomplish anything. So that's the message of tonight. It's the message for tomorrow. It's the message for every day. Let's get out of here with this. I forgot I uploaded that today to reference that. Ladies and gentlemen, have a good night. Sleep tight. And don't let the things that crawl around weed bite. And also,
I don't know how to put this, but I'm kind of a big deal.
This got me.
Gentry covered in football. Any day, any night, we all shine, bro. First class shine time, the Nick Shine Show. Anytime on YouTube, if you don't know, the Nick Shine Show, the Nick Shine Show. Dim the lights, but it's still bright as Nick time. Day or night, this is his prime, it's Nick Shine. Proud fan, well defined, to get in line. Toe to toe with any show, he only got 9. The best show on YouTube, bro, is easy. We talk Jets all day, please believe me. Subscribe, you just gotta click a family. We not a click in 3D. You can see a beautiful DP. We see through the fake teams and the tea leaves. So we pray for a coach and a QB and hope that we close to the top in the new league. A toast to the host with the most, Nicky. Who, me? Any day, any night, we all shine, bro. First class shine time, the Nick Shine Show. Anytime on YouTube, if you don't know, the Nick Shine Show, the Nick Shine Show.
Fantastic.
listen, Johnny, I really believe that Jason in Jerusalem was a worthy opponent. I didn't think that you deserved to win. I thought you tied your tie like a little child. You overdid it. And, you know, you're only going to get steamrolled by Gorman in the end. So, you know, this is really, really just a short-lived run. You got lucky. 1 vote. It shows that the chat really doesn't love you as much as you think they do. It means you're equally hated and equally loved. But, you know, no reason to send the nude pictures that you promised if you won. There's no reason for that. So, as always, thank you for watching the show, Johnny Boy. We pray for your poor wife. I know you're going to want to celebrate with her for probably the 6th or 7th time today. Oh, fuck, I did it again.